Greetings, fellow investigators, and welcome to our video podcast, Into the Darkness, where my friends and I play the Call of Cthulhu role-playing game. I'm your host, Tom Rayleigh. The scenario is called The Last Resort. It was written by Alex Sun, who is also our GM for this evening. He is planning on releasing it on the Miskatonic repository later on. This will be a 4-hour one-shot. So, without any further delay, let's begin our journey into the darkness. Alex?
Thank you, Tom. The setting is modern day sans COVID. It is October 20th, 2001, a cool fall day. You are all part of the Unsolved Secrets documentary team. Your producer, Mitch McConnell, has asked you to create an episode on the Red Empress Resort, a supposedly haunted New England resort that includes interviews, scenery shots, and of course, capturing supernatural phenomenon. He has arranged for your team to check into the resort at 5:00 p.m., where the owner, Jeremy Knight, will greet you. Our story begins with the blast of a boat horn, piercing the constant lapping waves of the Atlantic Ocean. You are on the 9:00 a.m. ferry to the island town of Marwicka, 20 miles south of Cape Cod. What is everyone doing?
I'm currently getting some B-roll footage just as we're coming in, just as we're coming in, getting the shoreline, getting some waves, trying to get some birds flying overhead, just get as much as I can.
Yeah, I'm going to see if you can get one. I'm going to put one leg up at the prow so I can look forward. Thoughtfully toward our discoveries.
That's great,
Excellent.
Jim. It's great.
You can see the town of Marwicka in the distance on the shoreline. It is a small New England town with single-story buildings huddled close together on one main street. The captain, James Wilson, 15 minutes before we dock.
Well, Soph, looks like a dump.
I wish that everything didn't have to be so loud.
This is the Halloween episode, people. We've got to, this is a big one. I want, spookiest footage we can get. Jim, really ham it up, okay? Spooky voice, bringing in
Got it.
Weirdest locals. Anthony, weirdest people you can find, I want them on camera.
I imagine the inbreeding around here is pretty serious, so that shouldn't be too much of a trouble.
Wow.
And maybe a few kids who are also doing their trick-or-treating around this time as well. Maybe catch some images of them. Maybe they have some stories about steering clear of this place. They probably have as a dare that they're going to be, if it's got the reputation that it has.
And Devin, if you can sample some children's laughter and then, we hit the pitch on it, make it sound real creepy, it'd be excellent.
Sure. Can scare them also with a few loud noises as well. That gets some natural reactions from them.
What dates do the gays all leave Cape Cod? Is that earlier in the year? Or is this going to be rather deserted? Or
I assume we're going to be the only people in the hotel. This has got to be a summer season kind of place, because who the hell wants to look at the gray Atlantic out here?
is it still a hotel or is it an abandoned hotel?
So from your knowledge, it is still operational.
I'm curious as to whether it's suicides or crimes. I hope it's not crimes. The vibrations are absolutely impossible when you're around the crime scenes.
Do we know anything about the Red Empress Resort?
You can do some research on your cell phone if you'd like.
Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah.
So I'll require a library use roll.
Sure.
Ooh.
88.
That's an 08.
That's better than my 30.
Nope.
Look here. Can't get a signal.
So looking at your search you discover that the Red Empress Resort originally opened in 1960. And did anyone get a hard?
I believe Anthony did.
I got an extreme.
Excellent. So there was a fire at this resort in 1984, which claimed the lives of 4 staff members.
That's going to be very difficult. I'm just going to hear screaming all the time that I'm there.
Or you said 88?
84.
84.
Oh.
Was the cause of the fire determined?
An electrical fire.
Oh.
Oh, the
while you're looking
electricity. That's a pleasant surprise.
While you're looking this
Pleasant.
up,
Probably all died in their beds screaming in the trapped Jesus. What a place.
Was that the beginnings of the stories about this place, or did it go back before?
yes, that is the beginning
Hmm.
of potential ghost sightings. The
This
ferry
is-
approaches the shoreline and sailors begin to get ready to dock. And they
Yeah, make-
unhitch the harnesses on your company van. It is a white van, and decaled on the side is Unsolved Secrets. It has all of your equipment.
Well, let's get in and get ready to move.
I'll stow away the camera. I don't know, camera operator. I might also drive this vehicle. So stow
you
away
get
the
into
camera,
the-
climb into the driver's seat, get ready to pull off the ferry here.
Very well. And you pull past the docks, the seagulls flying overhead, and you are greeted by Main Street, which has a variety of buildings, including a witch museum, a penny candy store. There is also a library, as well as a tent that's been set up that contains electric bikes. And you can read on the flowing banner, Marwicka electric bike rental.
The witch shop. I'm thinking 1980s, still pretty recent. Maybe if we can kind of bend the angle a little bit for something older, a little bit of witchcrafty. Anthony, do you think you could spin something up, make it kind of tied into our resort somehow, make it a little bit more historical, a little bit scarier?
All right. Plus the library, they might have actual solid information, more than what you'd find on the internet about the hotel. Is it the
Yeah,
Marwicka?
newspaper records.
No, what's the name of the place? It's the Marwicka? The Red Empress, sorry.
Yes, the Red Empress Resort.
They probably have. They're going to confuse so much, though, because they're going to make shit up instead of dealing with real.
If as long as it sounds interesting, hear me out. A witch's curse, something like that, maybe. The town kills the witch. Maybe she was stealing children, and now it's cursed. I like that.
Yeah.
Good Halloween theme. Good Halloween theme.
Superstitious islanders blame an innocent old lady for, the bad well water or something. And they.
Yeah, I'm afraid I'm on Jim's side this time. Are we just making shit up now and putting it online? I mean, you might as well say Jesus came here and tortured all these people to death. Or
Ratings, Aunt, ratings.
Ratings. It's network television.
Ratings,
You
yeah.
gotta-
But
we can find
if the
something.
mayor, the authorities, of course, would deny anything that happened because they don't want to deal with lose the tourist trade. It's like Jaws. No ghosts here.
A buried secret. I like the way you're thinking, Devin. I like the way you're thinking.
I'll do what I can then. Are we going to stop then at the little witch place?
Of course. There's got to be some character working the front counter of that place.
Pull over in front of the witch store and put in park to get out, get the camera.
We have to ask that permission to film, but yeah.
Well, I'm going to get some of the outside. If we can't use it, we can't use it, but I'm going to get setting shot. That way we have a nice setting, to set up where we are.
I don't think any witch shop in a depressing island village like this is going to mind some extra publicity from television.
Sure.
Why didn't we bring any
interns with
us?
Maybe this will become a traditional Halloween destination to take over after the summer trade eases off. By default, can I say that whenever Bradley is doing some camera work, that I'm also getting some sound to go with that?
Definitely. You have the boom arm ready, the microphone hanging, ready to record. As you step out of your company van, and as you prepare to grab all your equipment for recording, you hear an older man screaming obscenities from one of the buildings, Marwicka Marketplace.
That's definitely New England.
I mean, I'll whip around with the camera, if I have it out.
Your video picks up a man in his late 50s, balding, bespectacled, wearing a green apron. He's kicking a generator, a diesel generator, and he's getting creative with his swearing.
Does this imply that this island is dependent on its own gas-powered generators for electricity?
Probably only when there's a storm.
So you see power lines up ahead.
All right, that's a relief.
Is there a storm coming? Do we know?
Not that you know of.
Okay.
The weather looks clear. All right. So you head into.
I'll ask him what the trouble is.
Oh, we're going to split up.
Does he seem like too deranged? But it might,
he looks upset. You can ask him what the trouble is, of course. And he looks up at you and he says, "Oh, you're filming."
Oh yes. So sorry. Is this a problem? It just.
You just caught me at the wrong time. And he straightens himself up and he says, "My name's Larry."
Do we have consent to film you? Or
I have some forms to fill out here.
Yeah, we'll have some forms.
But yeah, sure.
Okay, we can get that after. But yeah, okay. And start filming this guy.
He said, "I'm the store owner here for Marwicka Market. What are you filming?"
Pleased to meet you.
And he gives you a hefty handshake.
Hi, Larry. I'm Jim Fontaine. We're here with Unsolved Mysteries. We are curious about tales of hauntings at the Red Empress. It's a charming little village you've got here.
Oh, thank you. Well, it was charming until all the tourists have slowly left, thanks to the internet. Those Yahoos and those Yelp reviews. Guess people finally found out that the beaches weren't so great, especially with the hassle to get here. Ferry twice a day.
Yes, it is a somewhat isolated community, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Makes all the strange goings on all the more spooky, doesn't it?
I suppose you're right. There has been some weird stuff that I've seen in my time.
Is that so, Larry? Do tell.
Oh, yeah. These damn diesel generators don't work.
Salty air, I guess.
Maybe.
So Marwicka, is that someone's last name? What's the village named for?
I think it's named after a Native American tribe.
Ancient Indian burial ground somewhere on the island. I like it.
You and me, Jim. You and me. We're here. Have you heard any stories about the Red Empress Resort being haunted?
Well, I know those reviews aren't doing it any good. I know the owner. He gets some orders every week. And Jeremy Knight is a good man. But let me tell you about those aliens. I seen them in the night sky.
Is that so?
Yeah, pulsing green lights. Maybe they're ghosts of communists. Who knows?
Red lights.
Yeah, they fly overhead, and well, I don't think I've seen them for maybe 30 years, but I think we've got some extraterrestrial activity.
Interesting, Larry. Well, thanks very much. I hope good luck with your generator.
Oh, thanks.
Just scrape the bottom of the barrel at the end of the weekend. We can maybe do an alien angle, but Jesus, I hope that that's not what it comes to. God.
I don't know why they always turn it to aliens.
Aliens are done. No one's doing aliens anymore.
I know. It's like
back.
Like aliens are like so like 90s. I mean, whenever camera quality was real shitty, and everything was a UFO. It's hard to spin up an alien these days with, HD and all of that.
So, Anthony, you're stepping inside the New England Witch Museum. The bell rings, and there is a woman who associates with the goth subculture. She's got purple dyed hair, and her eyes light up when she sees you. Are you Anthony from Unsolved Secrets?
Indeed,
I am. Oh my
am.
gosh! What brings you here?
We're
the witches
doing a piece on the Red Empress Hotel. We have some interesting.
Oh yeah, that's a real creepy place.
Interesting things you should got.
Yeah, the original owner, he killed himself by electrocuting himself. Toaster in the bathtub.
Is that what the story is?
Toaster in the
bathtub?
Yeah, you head inside and you film.
This is the rest of the crew. Do you mind if they film?
Oh, sure. As long as I get autographs.
Of course.
And check out the witch stuff. We've got all sorts of torture devices that might be great for the show.
You said that the original owner killed himself.
Oh yeah, that's I think his name was Henry Knight.
Henry Knight? Is that Jeremy's father?
Yeah, I think so.
Henry. We heard that there was an electrical fire and a number of people were killed.
No, I think that happened after.
Oh. That's interesting. Do you know if the library perhaps has books on the history?
Oh, it definitely has records of the newspaper.
Oh,
they don't publish things, online. That's probably why their business is dying.
Hi there.
So
I'm Jim Fontaine.
I know who you are. Can I have your autograph?
Of course. And what is your name, dear lady?
My name's Sally.
Sally, fine shop you've got here. Is there a deep and troubling history of witchcraft on the island?
No, this shop's only here because it's a tourist trap.
Gotcha.
There's no witch activity on this island.
All right. Well, still is a spooky shop you've got here.
Oh yeah, we've got. I can probably get you a discount on some witch shirts.
Of my dreams.
Do you think perhaps that it's the ghost of the owner who electrocuted himself that caused the electrical fire that then killed several staff members, leaving their souls without rest?
Oh yeah, that's a genius theory that I wouldn't expect from anyone less, Jim.
You're too kind, Sally. Sweet cat you've got too.
Yeah. It's my black cat.
Her. We should interview her for the thing. We could use the footage and the. No.
The cat?
No, well, cats. Nice. People like cats. No, I meant Miss Sally.
Yes.
You're quite photographic. You're photogenic. You realize? Yes.
Oh, thank you. And she blushes.
I like your purple hair. It's my favorite color.
Wow, this is a dream come true.
Do you know if there's a Starbucks in town?
No, there is. If you're trying to get lunch, there's the Mother of Pearl Oyster Bar and Grill. It's pretty good, actually.
Oyster Bar. I like oysters very
Yeah.
much.
Dolly, she's the owner, and she's been here since forever. She knows everything that's going on in town, and her restaurant makes a mean fisherman's platter.
I assume that most of the families here have been here a long time.
Yeah, I'm only here because of break, helping out.
But you grew up on the island?
No, I grew up in Chatham.
I see. I don't think we're going to get anywhere with the ancient mysteries angle.
What about? I heard that this is this place is named after Native Americans. Is there any history there, Sally?
She says no. There was no Native Americans who ever lived on this island.
Well, let's get some footage of you talking about the Red Empress Hotel and those deaths, and that'd be great. Thank you so much.
All right. So 4 people died during the electrical fire in I think in the 1980s. It was really sad, I guess.
But the place wasn't destroyed.
No, I think only the West Wing was destroyed.
It's a funny name, Red Empress.
Yeah,
What's
you'll
that
see the
come from?
billboard on the way to the resort. It's on the other side of the island, but like it's a weird 80s thing with a sunburned queen with sunglasses.
Any particular reference you're aware of?
No. Hey, can I get a picture for my Instagram? All
Sure.
right, and she goes through those motions, and you guys have really made my day. Maybe I can get you a coupon for that electric bike rental. Maybe you can get some like shots. It'll be great for your show.
Oh yeah, I'll take one of those witch shirts.
All right.
That discount that you said.
Excellent.
Which shirts do you want?
Uh,
Sorry, I had to say it.
So all the stuff in the museum is brought in from off the island. There aren't any things that would come if someone was deceased on the island. There's no relics that might end up here.
No, because there wasn't any witches here in the first place.
Is there a cemetery on the island?
Yeah. Yeah, there
Church?
is. Yeah, there's
Old
St.
Church?
Paul's.
St. Paul's.
Yeah, that's up Main Street.
And I suppose this was primarily a fishing village back in the day.
Oh yeah, they the people of Marwicka they reap the benefits from the Atlantic.
Probably gets real lonely out here of a winter's day.
Yeah.
It's very bad when you get a nor'easter.
Oh yeah, especially when the weather gets really bad and there's the storm warnings. We usually just get off the island, stay with relatives on the mainland.
There a school? Are there kids on this island?
Yeah, there's a school.
Well, thank you for your assistance.
My pleasure.
We'll probably be here for a few days, so we might see you again.
Awesome. Maybe we can hang out.
Yeah,
Is there a bar on the island?
I think the closest thing to a bar would probably be
At the Red
Dolly's.
Empress? Oh, Dolly's. The claims,
Yeah,
right.
the Mother of Pearl.
do they sell
Oyster Bar.
booze? There's booze here.
Yeah, they've got a lot of beer on tap.
Okay, excellent. All right.
And at this
Those
point,
stuff.
it's around 11 now.
AM? PM?
11 a.m.
Mhm.
Well, let's go
Right.
see this place, or let's go to the library next door
Yeah, that sounds good.
over here.
I mean,
We
all
need
the
to have-
vents here, yeah.
We need to have words with Mitch when we're done with this, because this is not a great filming location. He gave us garbage.
Yeah. If the Red Empress isn't very photogenic, we've got little to work with.
If we have to get Devin on camera again in bad makeup and bed sheets, I'm quitting.
Did you pick up though that it wasn't it Jeremy Knight who contacted us and wanted us to come out and do this? I mean through Mitch, but he's the owner.
Thought he read it online. And what's the keeper? Is it that Mitch read online, or did the owner contact
Mitch
us?
read online and then got in contact because
Got
he's
it.
the producer.
So I'm wondering if the man wants the publicity. He wants us to make it into a haunted house so that he gets more business. I mean,
Yeah.
that wouldn't be the first time.
No, it wouldn't be the first time someone's wanted that.
I suppose for the right bribes. I mean, friendly gratuities.
I would like to see what is online about this place, like haunted stories, that kind of thing.
Yeah, so just for free, you look at the reviews and it's a 1.9 star resort,
Oh, God.
and people are complaining about lights not working, things like
Sticky
that.
furniture.
Yeah, well, look
Nothing
at
on
what
sticky
anomalies can
furniture.
be.
Maybe we can make something work.
Are there any active reports of people hearing funny things at night that they've complained on the reviews about, or any?
Yes, there have been some noise complaints as well. Banging.
Yeah. Shoddy electricity and shoddy pipes. That's all that
Yeah.
is.
Feels like they're trying to drum up business so they can pay for some much needed repairs.
Well, gentlemen, we have the company card this weekend, so if nothing else, Mitch is paying for drinks.
I heard that. How's the library look? Is it atmospheric at all, or is it some squat brick thing from the 70s?
It is the latter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they might have some history on this place, and they might have some newspaper clippings. I hope it's not microfiche. God, I hate microfiche.
So
Get a
I'm assuming you're
couple.
approaching the library now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get a couple
While we're
shots
here.
of it.
All right. So as you walk up the steps, you can see there's a sign on the window of this library that states it's part of the Cape Library's automated materials sharing, or CLAMS. And if you've got a library card, you can rent out some books.
Clams.
Is it open?
Yeah, it's open.
All
There's
right,
a young
I'll
man
walk
at the
this
front desk.
way. Good afternoon, young man, or good morning, young man. I would like to know if you have anything on the Red Empress Hotel history, or
Just keep it down. We have archives in section 2B back in the back. Are you
You
filming, Bradley?
Do you consent to being on film?
No. Bradley, as you're looking through your video camera,
Yeah, spin around, look around the library.
there's static.
I'll check my cables, battery.
Can
I'm
you turn that
continuing
off?
to record on.
please?
I can't film inside the library either. I thought it was just you.
Look, just keep me out of it, whatever you're doing.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not. I don't. It's not turn around to Sophia. It's real fuzzy, and I'm getting a lot of static and stuff. I don't know. I'm just going to turn it off and maybe get something in a day or two. I don't know what's going on.
Whoa. Is it interesting static, like good B-roll, or is it just static, unusable footage? Like, are we getting some of it coming in and out, like the static comes in and then we see the library a little bit and then the static goes out?
Static pulses.
I do a quick pan. Yeah. Is it in certain areas or like constant, just kind of pulsing static?
It stops.
So
and now
I'm
it's gone.
Yeah, well, no, it seems to be okay now. It was kind of just a pulsing there for a minute. Like static would just kind of come in and go out and come back in and go out.
Yeah, catch all this on audio, Devin. We want with this.
Yeah, I'm keen to ask. Right, the boom microphone, I would use that for interviews, and
Yes.
when we're not using that. But there's a smaller microphone that I've got on, which is just recording everything that's going on. And as far as no one necessarily can see that, and that's keeping going. So what's the audio signals that I'm getting? Is there any static there, or?
Yes, there's just a little bit of distortion, and then it disappears.
Before it disappeared, was it like directional? If I wandered around a little, was it getting louder or quieter?
It's directional.
It's directional.
Yes.
And is there what kind of direction was it getting
heading
louder
into
in?
the back of the building?
Okay. And then it cut out.
Yes.
And now we're just very interesting.
I'm going to touch the bookcases as I'm walking to see if I can feel any psychic vibrations. I don't actually have any abilities, but I'm going to, it's for the show. I'm feeling something.
Yeah, why don't you roll
Walking.
power for me?
It's not supposed to work. Yeah, I got 47 out of 55, so just barely.
Yeah, you don't feel anything.
Awesome.
There's something here.
So
It's
this
very-
is the, please.
There's something here, but I don't know what. I know that I heard static on the thing, so
Probably interference from another electrical generator in this podunk shingle on the beach of
is there
world.
I'm sorry, young man. Did you say that there was a section on the Red Empress, or?
Yeah, that would probably be in the newspaper clippings in the back, section 2B.
All right.
Or
so I
not to
walk
be.
towards the back.
Haha.
I walk towards the back to find the 1984 section and check for the fire.
All right, excellent. I'm not going to
Touching
require.
things, like this. Like when I touch the newspapers, I snap back. I felt something.
Getting just footage like over his shoulder.
So, I'm not going to really require library use because it's all organized. You find out that the fire happened on the 10th of October in 1984. 4 staff members of the Red Empress perished in the fire before it was eventually put out by the fire brigade. And those names are Mary Wallaby, Timothy Cook, William Hines, and Louis Moran. Posting that in the chat as well.
Excellent. I can feel a bit of their pain in the air.
And now I'm going to require library use for some extra stuff.
Any of us or just Anthony?
Anyone who's looking.
72. I'm acting right now, so I'm not seeing anything.
99. So I've found something very distracting and irrelevant.
07.
And 07, is that an extreme?
Let me check. My library use is not great. I can spend 3 luck and make it an extreme if you'll allow it.
No need. I'll just keep.
Okay.
Hard
It's a
enough.
hard success at the very least.
Yes. So it was founded in 1960 by Henry Knight. And after the suicide of Henry Knight via electrocution in 1982, October 15th, Jeremy Knight took over the business. After the fire in 1984, the resort opened back up 2 years later
Okay, let me ask for clarification. 82, Henry dies. 84, the fire occurs.
Correct.
And then 2 years after that, so 86 is when the hotel opens back up.
Yes, the resort opens
Okay.
back up.
Okay.
Do we know if the 84 fire started in the kitchen? Or
It started in the West Wing.
Is that where Henry died? The first time when the suicide? Oh.
No.
Nope. But the fire occurred on the same day that he committed suicide, correct? 2 years later.
Not necessarily.
No.
It was
The
October
10th and the
15th.
15th.
Oh, okay.
The 10th and the 15th, and now it's the 20th. So we've missed all the anniversaries, which is kind of a drag. I guess we can lie about that.
I'll take an occult roll at this time.
I was about to ask, is there some numerology significance we can apply here?
That's a regular
Wow.
success for me.
I failed that.
All right.
And I've got a lot of occult.
9.
Jim, you've been around
Success.
Anthony enough to know that he focuses a lot on almanacs and looking at patterns of the moon. It was a full moon on the 10th.
Of this year, 10 days ago?
The 10th of 1984.
And then the 15th or the other dates in the other years?
No
Any
significance.
correlation?
And where's the moon at now?
It's full moon.
We
Today.
got to get that. We got to include that.
Yeah.
Excellent. Yes, love it.
Hopefully we have a bit of cloud cover for that atmospheric gray, but not so much that we can't get some nice full moon over the ocean BS.
Are there any other people
With the
in
waves, the sound
library?
of the waves as well. And the moonlight on the waves.
The library is empty besides for you.
Any other
So-
weird stuff that any of us can see in the library? I mean, I'm
When
just,
you walk
just looking around.
further to the back, Devin, you get that distortion again on your mic. And you wince because it's just a sharp.
Can I get any more precise directionality on it?
To get back, you would have to take the fire escape located in the back of the building.
I think you're probably right. There's probably a generator outside that is creating
Yeah.
interference.
Maybe we can go outside the library and round the back and see if there's the same distortion happening.
Yeah.
I walked back
Probably
there
that's it.
where Devin gets the distortion. I just walk back with the camera.
Yeah,
like
you're
anything.
getting some static.
Okay.
Does the library have a local history section?
Yes.
I'm gonna, look for a book about the founding of the town. It's got to be old enough in this part of New England to have something of interest have happened to it in the 300 years before 1984.
I'll definitely
Yeah.
get some footage of you looking at pulling books off the shelf.
Yeah, I'll take a library use for that one.
Mhm. A success, 29.
All right. So Marwicka was founded in the 1950s by a group of settlers who wanted to use the location to get fish.
Mhm. So it's, I guess, probably a pretty rocky, barren sort of island, which is why there wasn't a population.
Yes, also that also means that the beaches aren't that great.
Right. And the church won't look old and atmospheric.
Nothing here is old. Even the Empress Hotel seems to be 1960s,
Yeah.
which is a shitty time for hotels. They're really
man.
boring and ugly.
It probably still has plush carpeting everywhere. Burgundy.
Probably popcorn ceilings. Oh,
Mm.
Jesus.
Well, we
Christ.
need some footage in the dark of us wandering around wandering around in the darkness
Well, yeah,
and having spooky stuff happen. Then we won't notice what the decor is like.
we brought
We've done that
some
before.
infrared cameras. Yes. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
What's the angle we're going to try to go with here? Original owner tragically takes his life.
How
What are you
about
thinking, Anthony?
how about bad luck?
Okay.
that bad luck
Okay.
seems to have plagued them. Suicide,
Okay.
fires, and
We haven't-
hauntings. And
We haven't done a bad luck angle in a couple of years now, Jim, I think. So that's fresh. I like it.
And not since Vegas,
Yeah.
where, no bad luck thing.
I like that. Yeah.
So do you know if this night guy is expecting us at any particular time? Should we worry about meeting up with him or?
5
Well,
o'clock, I think, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
we've got all the time in the world.
Yeah, we've got some time.
I should check and see if there's ley lines. That maybe there's a weird convergence of ley lines. And
Great. Great ideas. Yeah, I'm sorry I got us here early, guys. I was hoping to find some wacky locals and
Well, we're here
Two
to soak
ferries a
up-
day. What are you going to do?
we're here to soak up the local drab colors.
So I heard from Bradley Davis that he was going onto the outside of the building.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is anyone going with him?
Well, yeah, I want to check.
ancient history in 1952. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So you head on.
I'm kind of attached at the hip, as they say, to Bradley. Generally, where he's going, I'm going to try and follow to make sure that we don't get video footage without audio if something interesting happens. So by default, I'm going to be with him.
Very well. So you head on to the back of the Marwicka Public Library and you find yourself a diesel generator.
Yeah.
And you just get another faint burst of static.
I don't think Stephen
Is
King
this
could make
my
this place scary.
experience, technically, that I've had this kind of issue before with electrical generators? Because we've been, doing outside broadcasts for a long
Yeah.
time. And if this is a general issue,
You have never
happened
had an
before?
issue like this before.
6A, we probably have generators for like overnight stays that we use for lights in places that don't have electricity.
That's correct.
But
Yeah.
it's possible that older generators, if these are older generators, that when that motor is spinning, that little spark is actually sparking quite a bit. That could cause radio, interference.
Does anyone have electrical repair or mechanical repair? I will allow.
well,
a roll
yes,
for
I
that.
do.
I do. I got some.
Yeah,
And this will
60
involve,
for electrical repair.
This will involve checking out the generator itself, just giving it a look.
All right. I got
Okay,
it.
I've got a hard success on that. 16 for electrical repair.
I could spend one to get a hard success if I need to.
No need.
Okay.
Because Devin looks this generator over, and from your expertise, there should be nothing wrong with this generator. It looks new. All the parts look pristine, no rust, no wear. However, it can't generate electricity. So I'm going to need you to roll a sand roll, 0/1. So 0 on a success, 1 on a failure.
Is that me too, or just Evan?
Yeah, both of you, because I'm assuming Devin will let you know.
Well, what do you mean it
Yeah.
can't generate?
If I can
electricity?
still speak after realizing whatever I've realized, Sandroll.
I'm good.
17. So that's
35.
good. Yes,
Yep, so 0 sand loss.
Okay.
You chalk it off to some freak accident.
So what is it that I see? That it's not actually capable of generating electricity, but it's still somehow buzzing, or what?
Yeah, it's buzzing, but there's no power output.
Seems like
There's
they're
no
just
cable coming out. It's
Yeah, so
Wow.
there's a cable that hooks up to the building, but there's
That's-
no current, no
There's
output.
no, the little thing isn't doing anything. So.
Yeah,
seems like they're just wasting fuel here.
yeah, and conservation of energy says this is wrong.
I mean,
yeah. I mean, is it very hot? This thing, if it's burning stuff, but there's no current electricity coming out, it should be getting
Not particularly,
very hot, isn't
which is
it?
very odd.
should we tell the young
Is there-
guy inside so he turns it off, quits just burning through fuel?
You could.
What do you think about it,
It's
Devin?
none of our business. It's just wasting time.
Yeah, I mean, it's not really. our concern, is it? I mean, he didn't seem very friendly. If it was Sally who had a problem, absolutely, I'd tell her. But this guy, he could care less.
All right. I mean, whatever y'all think. What time is it? About 11:30 noonish.
Yeah, it's noon.
I pull a bag of chips out of my pocket.
Why don't we all go get some lunch? Maybe interview another. What was the woman's name over there? She's been
Dolly,
around.
Holly, Dolly.
Yeah, she'll get us some good story. Good story.
Holly, what kind of it? Name is Holly. See, I choked myself on that joke. Dolly.
All right. So you're gonna head over to the Mother of Pearl Oyster Bar and Grill.
Yeah.
I did have a question. We saw that market and the gentleman cursing over his generator, which is
Correct.
an interesting second point to the generator thing. Were there other shops, or was it just this one person kind of standing in an empty town square?
No, there's other shops. There's a penny candy store. There's
That's
a
right,
gift
the
shop.
witch store. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But he was like the only person we saw standing around. in the
There's
area.
no tourists.
Yeah,
This place is
okay.
dead.
It's the season's over. I can
Possibly
guarantee
forever.
that in the middle of the summer, this place is probably has 10, 50 times as many people in it.
Are there like any
Zero is still zero.
Are there any like Halloween decorations or anything going on for the season?
It's
Looking for like jack-o'-lanterns.
It's like the people just gave up on Halloween because there's no tourists. You get that sad feeling.
We did
Yeah.
pass that town on the mainland that had the really nice decorations. Maybe we can just reshoot over there. And
Patch some of that in. Yeah.
Yeah, if we strike out here, we could just make up something about there. Probably every town has a ghost story.
What's the date today?
It is the 20th.
Okay, well, thought we're going to be here for 11 days. I'm sure we're driving back all through New England. There'll be Halloween stuff everywhere.
Sophie, I'm going to write a text to Mitch right now telling him what a complete fuck up he is, but I'm not going to send it yet.
Okay.
good idea.
Check
Yeah.
with me tomorrow. I need to vent a little bit.
Be sure to remind Mitch he's a fuck up.
Be sure to make fun of his name too.
Yeah. Tell that Mitch McConnell he's a fuck up.
Oy.
All right.
Well,
Raise.
I assume that the Mother of Pearl's on Main Street because there probably is only like a half of a cross street anyway.
Yes, that is correct.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing you're heading over to the Mother of Pearl Oyster
Yeah.
Bar
Yeah.
and Grill. Excellent. So outside of the store is a chalkboard that says Fisherman's Platter, $30. And when you step inside, you are assaulted by the smell of fryer oil that's been permeated into the wooden furniture. And there's all sorts of New England decorations, anchors, shells, polished stones. And you are greeted by a older waitress. She's got a name tag, Dolly. And she says, "Oh, hi, Gias.
Dolly, do you consent to being filmed?
Oh, yeah, sure." She says, "We got a booth right there," and she sets some coffees down for you. So what can
Hi,
I do?
Dolly. Jim Fontaine.
Oh, nice to meet you, Jim.
We're here with Unsolved Secrets.
Oh, that's just wonderful. Here for lunch? I recommend the Fisherman's Platter.
Yeah,
what-
I think it might be a little lighter this afternoon.
Is it
What's the
fresh
most-
fish?
What's the most expensive thing on your menu, Dolly?
What have you got on tap?
That's probably the lobster rolls. Oh, we got Guinness on tap.
Clam chowder.
Oh, yeah, we got clam
I'm
chowder.
sorry.
We got steamers.
Clam chowder.
But that Fisherman's Platter is a good deal. We got, beer battered haddock. We got clam belly strips.
A haddock
Fried
with
scallops.
a C or haddock with a K?
That's K, dear.
Okay.
Start me out with 2 of those Guinnesses.
All right, you got it.
They have French
Yeah.
fries,
Oh, yeah.
thin fries or thick fries?
It's the thick fries.
Thick fries. I'll try the shrimp.
Yeah, we got fried shrimp. That's also in the platter.
All right, I'll try that.
Oh, this
Anyone want to split a platter?
Oh, buy your own. It's on
Mitch.
It's on Mitch.
On Mitch.
Buy it and throw it in the
Buy it.
trash.
It's too much.
Just buy it and throw it in the trash. It's on Mitch.
Good.
This is all on Mitch.
I'll try it.
Wonderful. So she takes your orders, and
How's
a few
the
moments
coffee?
later, the coffee is all right. It's passable.
The
Are we
things
the
we
only
do for our
customers?
art.
Can you say that again, Jim?
Are there other customers?
Yeah, it looks like there's some workers from the stores that you saw on the street as well. Larry's here.
Hmm.
He's having a lobster roll.
How's the generator, Lair?
No good. No good.
Did you hook it up to anything?
Yeah. I
Maybe
just
that's the
bought
problem.
this damn thing for $4,000.
What's going on with it? No output?
Yeah, it just doesn't work. None of these damn generators work on the island.
Still using up the gasoline though, or whatever you're throwing in it?
Yeah.
Yeah, just not putting out any power.
No. I mean, not that it matters. Like, whenever there is a storm, we all leave the island anyway.
So
And the one behind the library was running, right?
I mean, I'm gonna file a complaint to Marwicka Light and Power. It must be those damn undersea cables.
Think something got into it?
Beats the hell out of me.
Oh, well, all right.
He says over the booth as you're having a conversation.
I feel like we've discovered the least telegenic mystery in all of New England.
I don't know if you spin it right. You could make it something is absorbing all of the energy from
Oh, it's like
Marwicka
that.
Island.
Maybe we can spin it like that movie I saw that what was it, Shocker? There that guy like turned into electricity and was like going through the lines, and that one, yeah.
We could, there are a lot of New England legends, concerning the sea and
Yeah,
things
they're usually
from the
older than
sea.
1950, though.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
going way back.
Maybe,
Maybe there's a connection with the electrical fire as well, back in, or the toaster in the bath or something. I mean, it's an echo of what happened back in the day.
Well,
Right.
Devin,
Mystery has not died.
you have definitely hit something because all of them have to do with electricity, don't they?
yeah. And also the fact that this place was uninhabited, so it's the inhospitable island. Maybe there's, lightning storms too, and maybe you're right, something with ley lines, or some magnetic core or some bullshit like that.
There's a number of
Maybe-
places. Go ahead.
Oh, maybe it just doesn't want people here, so nothing works.
We can ask people about lightning strikes. There are a number of places on Earth that have extreme amounts of lightning strikes because they don't know exactly why, but they're thinking maybe something in the ground, the iron content of the Earth, or
And a lonely rock sitting in the Atlantic by itself. Yeah.
Yeah.
the geology
we've
of
ever-
this place might be really interesting.
I don't think we've ever done an electricity-based story before, so
Suppose anything weird would work. Yes, what happens when you die in a fire during an electrical storm in a place that attracts your soul is trapped in the rock beneath the island, and all you want to do is get out and party with the gays.
That's Provincetown.
Well, that's just up the coast.
But electricity is weird anyway, isn't it? I mean, that you switch the light on and all this magic happens. No one really understands it, do they? And so
Except Nikolai Tesla. Yes, nobody quite understands.
there you go. Yeah. We can get maybe some advertising from them. Tie that in.
Everybody likes lightning. You have some B footage of lightning.
oh yeah, I mean, tons of that out there.
Eventually, your food does arrive. Fried seafood. Dolly
How's the
sets it
Guinness?
down.
Better than the coffee?
It's good.
All right.
Probably on Cape Cod, if even bad seafood is probably better than anything we can get.
The seafood is delicious, served
Yeah.
with a side of tartar sauce and French fries.
Mm.
Miss
Fabulous.
Dolly, can I have a moment of your time?
Oh, sure, dear.
Brad, come on, camera. Wait, what can you tell us about the Red Empress Hotel? We've heard a little bit of a rumor that it's haunted. Do you know anything about that?
Oh yeah, that owner, the first one who founded that place, he was weird. People say he worshipped devils or something. He went overseas a lot. I think he went to China or some other Asian country.
Yeah, maybe he named the Red Empress for sinister femme fatale of the East.
Maybe.
You're a local, are you, Dolly?
Oh yeah, I lived here all my life.
Is it a tight-knit community?
I wouldn't say so. We're friendly enough.
For New England. How about lightning strikes? You see a lot of lightning on the island?
Occasionally, not a lot. I saw some lights back in the day in the 80s.
Mm-hmm. Green ones?
How'd you know?
Overhead? Larry.
Oh yeah, he's seen them too.
Yeah.
They stopped. They stopped a while ago.
The light stopped. It's a pity. Sally says that a lot of folks leave the island when there's a storm coming, but surely some of you must batten the hatches and weather the elements.
Oh yeah, especially the older folks.
Sure. When you gotta, board up the windows and hold on, all that.
Yeah, it's a lot of work, but it's easy enough to leave the island. When there's a storm coming, the fishermen they help take people off and boat in their boats and go off the mainland.
Fishing's still very good.
Oh yeah, it's good harvest. It's always been a good harvest. Are you staying at the Empress?
Yes.
Yeah, that's the plan.
All 1.9 stars of it. Does the island have bed bugs?
Nothing I'm aware of.
That's a blessing.
Is there any room that is reported to be haunted at the Red Empress?
I mean, probably the room where old Henry Knight killed himself in, the penthouse on the third floor.
In-house. Okay.
Third floor.
So my
And is
friend-
that in the west wing? Sorry.
No, it's in the center of the building. The building looks like a U, with the parking lot in the south side of the U.
I've got it.
What, you got the angle? What?
No, but I think I figured out why he named it the Red Empress. I believe that it's a mahjong tile.
Oh.
When she said that he went to China, I suddenly thought of mahjong, the game, and I know that all the tiles have names, and that some of them are red and some of them are other colors. But I wondered if that was the case, and there is a tile called the Red Empress.
I'm kind of more excited by the whole lady from Shanghai angle myself.
Maybe.
Maybe he killed himself out of unrequited love rather than gambling game for old ladies.
Well, no, it could be definitely something. I don't know. Maybe he played mahjong with her, and that's why he got the name. Or I don't know. It's a possibility, but it presents a little bit of a mystery, doesn't it?
Isn't there also a character in China, the Yellow Emperor, who was like the first emperor and sort of started the whole China thing?
Maybe
going?
the Red Empress.
So yellow,
tile is
red,
named after
emperor,
somebody.
empress.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that deserves some more research.
Dolly, is old Henry Knight the only person on the island who is said to have dabbled in the dark arts?
Oh yeah, he was a weirdo. But yeah, he was it. His son Jeremy, the current owner. Oh, he's so sweet. Doesn't get out much, but he's sweet.
How old was Jeremy when his father did the dark dance?
He was in his 20s.
In his 20s already. Must be very hard on a young fellow. Like, was he a resident of the island when his father took his life?
Yeah, he lived in the resort itself as well, and that's when he stopped going out, for probably because what happened.
Well, we might have an angle there. So
Recluse.
Yeah, tortured recluse.
Yeah.
All
The
alone.
night the
lights went out.
Yeah, isolated island.
It'd be interesting to see what the current man has to say about his father.
And then there was the terrible fire where several people died.
4 people died.
Were you?
Oh yeah, it was a shame.
Did you know them?
Yeah, they had food here.
Any explanation for why they died? Were they in their rooms? Was it at night?
I think they burned to death.
I mean, I understand, yeah, but was it like in the middle of the night, or were they sleeping there, or?
Well, now that I think about it, it did happen at night, so they were probably asleep.
Oh, that's a shame. That's a horrible way to die. They weren't asleep when they caught on fire.
Maybe they got trapped. It's horrible. Horrible business.
That would be the case.
We have to talk about this for lunch.
I'm sorry.
Sorry.
Not really dinner.
I'm not mad. Most people who work in hotels don't sleep there at night.
Dark rituals.
Dark rituals. I mean, it's hard to have a coven of one. But Henry had already offed himself.
But hear me out. There's 4 of them.
Uh-huh.
The 5th could have been Jeremy. Now we're talking like a pentagram situation.
Pentagram, sure. Inverted, yeah.
Did the workers all die in the same room, or were they in different rooms?
I don't know. You probably have to ask the fire brigade, but those who were part of that brigade, I think they all either left or passed away. It happened 40 years
They're
ago.
local families.
Yeah, they had local families.
So we could interview them. There's a human angle there. I think that's
definitely.
important.
I think
quite a few years ago.
The sheriff's son, I think the previous sheriff's son. So the current sheriff's father, Darren, I think his father was part of the brigade.
Well, if we need to stretch for time, we can get some of these interviews on,
I wonder if there's since you guys keep bringing up some of this stuff, there could be a situation like, in Providence, the Biltmore with the Satanist who built it and had the altar in the basement and the live chickens on the roof. I mean, it could be a secret cult.
I think this sheriff's
60s.
worth interviewing. Yeah.
In the 1960s, there's always, they could just be hippies.
I think my parents were in a cult in the 60s.
Most people were. If they followed the Beatles, they were sort of in the Beatles cult.
So Dolly asks, so how was your lunch, Diaz?
Surprisingly good.
Wonderful.
It's good.
Make sure you leave a good review.
I'll take one more Guinness before we go.
Oh, sure. She pours you another glass.
Review right now. Is this place well reviewed on Yelp?
It's remotely well.
It's okay. Only reviewed. It's the only place.
It's got 4.2. Out of 5.
If they're fishing, then they've got the seafood. They know what they're doing. Yeah. It's not Lindsay's, but
is it sunny out or overcast or?
It's sunny out.
Sunny out. That's a pity. to get some gray rolling ocean before we take off. Do you want to hit the cemetery and see if we can find the graves of the tragically deceased before we go to the hotel?
Sure.
Like that?
Yeah, we need that.
Yeah.
Certainly I can walk around doing.
Perfect. I'll try to set up an interview with the sheriff. Maybe he'll be happy to be on film.
All right. So as you head out of the Mother of Pearl, you are immediately accosted by a younger man wearing a sun visor and a polo shirt. He says, "Hey, you're doing some kind of show? I'm with the Marwicka electric bike rental, and I was thinking we could get a deal for us."
Do you consent to being on film?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So, Sophia, do we want to give this guy?
Bikes in this town.
We want to give this guy free business, free promotion.
Hey, you'll look great, riding on these electric bikes. When you go up a hill, you just hit the motor. You're fine. You don't have to do any work.
I cannot guarantee that our network won't blur out any logos from your company, but we'll take the footage and hopefully they'll allow it. We don't make those calls.
I tell you, how about you hop on a bike and go up the hill? That way I can get a little B-roll of, just life in the town.
I think you'd be best if your host does it as well. Maybe we can ride bikes together. You folks taking the 3:00 ferry?
No, we're
on for the day.
No, we're in town for a few days, actually.
Oh, wonderful. Maybe I can cut you a deal for renting these bikes overnight.
It seems like a curious sort of business in a town this small, where I imagine anybody could walk to anywhere else in about 15 minutes.
Well, to get to the other side of the island, it's about a 20-minute drive.
So it's like the village is small, but the island is long and thin or something?
Yeah.
Have you got any non-electrical bikes I could rent?
If you rent the electric bikes, you can pedal them like a normal bike.
No, I want to ride a real bike.
It's like an escalator. If it breaks, it just turns into stairs.
Yeah. Your friend here has a good idea.
It's really just a regular bike with a little bit of assistance.
I can see what I have if you really want.
Yeah, I'm sure the gearing is different and so on. It's best to have a just a bicycle.
Besides,
I spend a lot of time cycling, so
we got the van. We got the van, and like all our equipment kind of has to go with us. So I'm not.
Yeah, you can put the bikes in the van, or some of you can ride the bikes, and some of you can.
It might be good exercise. I don't want to sit around in the van all the time.
Does the van have also? Does the van actually serve as a base for doing the mixing and editing and so on, or is that done elsewhere?
Probably all on laptops.
That's done in the studio, and you hook your laptops up to the studio, and you do all the editing. The van is strictly for carrying your supplies. It has enough room for bikes as well.
Well, let's get some bikes. We can, ride around the hotel and.
It'd be nice. It's varied. Yeah.
Oh, wonderful.
Electric too. Maybe if we can tie in the electric thing. Get some electric problems.
See,
around.
Electric bikes, stutter. Hey, there's a problem here as well. This is mysterious.
If we need to play it up. I like the way you think, Devin. We could, oh no, something's wrong with the bikes.
Great.
Yeah.
My name's Luke, by the way, and 30% discount sounds good, doesn't it?
30% discount
say
from
no.
what?
From the price of an overnight rental.
More of a discount than I got on this witch shirt.
It's on Mitch's penny anyway. So.
Luke what?
Oh, Luke Vandal.
Luke Vandal. Local fella? Grow up here?
No, I'm here on break.
On break.
So you live on the mainland?
Yeah.
Like fall break?
Yes.
And you've got a 1-week job?
Okay. So you can roll a sense motive.
Sense motive.
Sense motive.
Psychology, right?
Psychology, I think is what you mean.
Yes, psychology.
Not good for me, 76.
Oh, 01.
99.
We got both extremes.
You get the sense that he doesn't actually go to college.
I kind of lean over away from him and to Jim. Was like, I don't think he goes to college. I don't think he's here on break.
No, everybody has stories they tell people because they want to be important.
But didn't Sally say she was here on break too?
Did she?
Yeah, she did.
What the
And she
hell?
told us to use this place.
Yeah, she could get a discount.
Oh shit! Maybe it's all a big conspiracy, a big electric conspiracy.
Don't
Big
give them your.
electric.
Did you use your credit card? Or Mitch's credit
I'm
card?
using Mitch's.
I mean, Mitch's. Who gives a
Credit
fuck?
card. What if they're credit card scammers?
Well, then that's Mitch's problem, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't have to call the bank on that. Mitch does, or Mitch's assistant does. But
Luke, we've actually got a date with some gravestones, but if you'll give us your card, maybe we need
We're
to
going
take
to
the
be
van
here
up
for a
there.
week.
We're going to be around.
Yeah, he gives you his card.
Nice meeting you, Luke.
Yep.
Let's go, guys.
You're not going to get any bikes?
Not today,
We'll
thanks.
be back. Not right now.
Not right now.
got a lot of useless footage of somebody talking about their bike business.
If it wasn't completely sunny out, I'd say they're all vampires and they're getting ready to eat us all.
This place isn't a tourist destination. What is some place like a bike company setting up shop here?
You know,
This
it's
is for
possible that in the
tourists.
off season that people who want peace and quiet do come here and they ride their little bicycles up and down the coast. And
I will give you 10-1 odds that when we get to the Red Empress, all of the keys on the little keyboard are still there.
Yeah. So what is these two people on break show up to this? It might be an interesting little side story. I don't know if we could make it be anything.
I mean,
You
at least
can't ride
Sally
it.
knew who we were.
Can't ride a bike on that beach. I mean, so it's just riding up and down Main Street, I guess.
on the road, you know.
There
Yeah,
are
those are the other side of the
some
island,
paths.
isn't it?
There are some scenic routes on the island itself.
Have we gotten a overview map of the island? Is there just like one road that goes in a circle around
Yeah. Around the coast? There's some beautiful. scenic-
how big of an island is it?
You can get from one end of the island to the other in about 20 to 30 minutes.
So
Drive.
say a mile or two wide by a mile
Yeah.
or two. Yeah.
And the Red Empress is on the other side.
Oh, okay.
Point us in the direction of the graveyard.
Yeah.
I imagine just ride along the road and it's going to be on the road.
Yeah.
I'm thinking we get some footage of the four people's tombstones. And Anthony, maybe you can kind of ham it up a little bit, feel some energy.
I never ham
Let
it
me
up.
know.
What do you mean? I
I'm
don't
sorry.
ham it up.
Okay, you do whatever it is that you do.
Pull up to the graveyard.
All right, so you're going to head over to the graveyard. All right, so the graveyard is on the eastern side of the island. And this is what you notice. You notice that there is the hum of a electrical substation close by the graveyard.
What is it with these people and electricity? And it doesn't seem to.
Well, Brad, Devin, you think something weird's going on there like it was at the library?
Am I getting any
Let's go.
interference? Looking around as I kind of meander through the headstones.
You are not.
Okay.
It is a old New England graveyard, small headstones.
Crystal clear here.
Older than the
Little did the-
1950s?
Yeah.
What do you mean older?
I mean, the town was founded in the 50s, I thought.
Anybody dead before then?
Oh, yeah. There'd be the colonists.
Hmm.
I thought you said it 1950, the colonists.
The colonists came in the 1650s.
Oh, 60. You said 18 or 19. So you meant 16.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, wow. That's ancient.
Yeah, I
Okay,
believe
it's been here 400
1650s.
years. Okay.
Gotcha.
So there's
more
been a
like it.
little bit of a settlement here. That's much
Is
more
there any
in line
old
with most
architecture?
Yeah, there's old architecture.
Can we easily find the gravestones for Mary, Timothy, William, and Lewis?
Yeah, it'll take you some time,
Okay.
but you do find them in loving memory of for those who were lost in the fire, the Empress fire.
Do
Get some
they
nice shots
say
of those
anything
tombstones.
like beloved mother or dearest sister, or is it just their names and the fire?
It's just their names.
And they're all 1984. They're all the same date,
Correct.
October 10th.
Any other wallabies, cooks, hinds, or moran buried in the area?
You see some wallabies and you see some cooks, but no hinds or morans.
And can we find the original owner of the Red Empress here as well?
Yes. Henry
Same.
Knight.
Standard tombstone there as well.
Correct.
No
Man,
odd
wouldn't do for a little-
symbology on it or anything.
No symbol.
Loving father.
Ugh.
Could we get maybe you can put some filter on, Bradley, or maybe that's post, but get the ocean in the background, and maybe we can turn so the wind tussles, a little bit.
Yeah.
Stuff.
I get to a high point
Any-
and get a nice view over as much of it as I can. Try to capture the ocean in the background.
All right. You get a wonderful panoramic shot of the ocean. It's about 2:00 now.
Any bird song?
Yeah, there's some birds. There's the seagulls as
Yeah,
well.
want
So
to catch them.
The gulls are a little spooky. Is the church next to the cemetery?
Yes.
And it's of reasonable vintage?
Yeah, it is.
St. Paul, is it,
St. Paul's.
Church.
what is it, Catholic or is
It's
it?
a Catholic church.
Catholic church. Vampires for sure then.
Maybe we can if we're hurting for time, if we're wanting more time, we can always come and interview the priest. Priest interviews usually go pretty well.
They're pretty
you know?
creepy.
Yeah.
Little
Also, they're
did
superstitious as hell.
anyone on Marwicka suspect that there was a vast Vatican vault buried underneath their island that was filled with artifacts and treasures. And that's
That's where
why all the
the-
power's being drained.
That's where the glowing green lights went in the 80s.
The
Oh, wait a
Vatican
minute.
spaceships.
Dolly and Larry
Yeah,
both
they're-
agreed that the green lights disappeared in the 80s, didn't they?
Yeah.
And that the hotel went up in flames.
Yeah.
He thought they were communists, but then they would have been red lights.
That's right. Maybe it's the 4 glowing souls of those
I like
Henry
it
took with him.
because I don't want to, when you start throwing in too much stuff, then it really sounds unbelievable. Like we don't want the aliens and the ghosts and
Yeah.
this and
No
that. So
aliens. Aliens out.
we need to I like the lights and I like where you're going with it. We just need to kind of consolidate on one
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah. And Larry, if we need to go back and get some weird angles on him, he looks like he just wants somebody to talk to. So we should be able to get more footage of him pretty easily.
I wonder if he's a drinker. We put a couple Guinness in him and let him go.
Would not surprise me. I mean, how could anybody live here and not have a couple every few
I mean-
hours?
Okay. The Edge. Are we going for edgy? Oh, this is fun. I wish that we would put this on Netflix or something instead of network television where we can't even say fuck.
The day Netflix comes for our money or brings their money to us, I'll take it.
Well, if Mitch keeps sending us to these shitholes, maybe we can talk.
We got to turn this into something.
I know. Let's see if the sheriff will talk to us. Maybe at least go, set up an appointment with him, if nothing else.
Yeah, I got everything I need here.
Is the church open if we want to just have a look inside while we're here?
What's
Might
the
as well
day of the
open the
week?
door. Maybe
It should be Wednesday.
Well, we can try.
Just while we're here, because we may never be back here.
Yeah, there was a day when churches didn't lock their doors, but they were like Denny's.
A place like this, I doubt anybody locks their doors.
What kind of church? What Catholic?
It's a Catholic church.
Okay.
St. Paul.
So the
Patron
doors
saint
to the
of
church
electricity.
are locked. It looks closed up.
Is there a rectory, though, next to it where the priest lives?
Yes, there is.
Okay. We can just go knock.
Yeah,
Tell them we
well,
want to
we're
see the
here
pretty
already.
old
Yeah,
church.
sure.
Make an appointment at least, too, yeah. Might be the most interesting building on the island.
Is there a sign on the church that says the name of the priest, like Father Bradley or Father whatever?
Yes, there's Father LaCroix.
Father LaCroix.
And there's his address.
Father LaCroix. Isn't LaCroix a voodoo thing? Or I can't hear you.
I was thinking of that disgusting drink, the one that had no taste. But, LaCroix, it's French.
Oh, okay. I don't know why I'm thinking voodoo.
No,
I'm always thinking
you
voodoo.
might. There might be a voodoo angle to it. Maybe.
New England. We've got electric ghosts. We don't need voodoo.
Yeah.
Pretty far from voodoo.
Adding too much to it. Okay.
But
Wonderful.
we can pare it all down in the studio afterwards. It's good as much. What if alien voodoo priests from France came here?
Well, it would explain why they're Catholics, even though it should be Puritans.
Come on, let's go talk to the priest. Maybe he's crazy.
All right, so you're going to head back to the address, which leads you near Main Street, and you knock on the door for Father LaCroix. An older French man answers the door, and he says, yes.
Father, hi, I'm Jim Fontaine. We are here with Unsolved Secrets.
Please, I'm not interested.
You consent to being on film?
No.
Father, we won't take up much of your time then. Have you heard the rumors that the Red Empress Hotel might be haunted?
Yes, I've heard rumors, but haunted? That's preposterous.
So you haven't performed any exorcisms there?
No, I will not humor that.
Gotcha. We will not be humored here. Thanks for your time, Father.
He closes the door. Slowly but firmly.
Well, can't win them all, I guess.
Local priest denies stories of hauntings.
We can add that in
just
there,
adds
yeah.
to the mystery, doesn't it?
He's heard rumors, but won't humor them.
The foreign priest who
Slams
refused to be interviewed for the camera
Slams door in our face.
admits to the
And to
rumors of the
refuse to
haunting.
conduct an approved Catholic ceremony such as exorcism,
Yeah.
because he didn't want to disturb what was there.
Yeah.
Rails against the church, rails against tradition.
Catholic priest afraid to enter haunted hotel.
That's it.
Fears
Yeah.
demons or other spirits.
And denies the Vatican's vaults underneath the island.
I mean, if the Catholic priest won't go in there, there's got to be real serious shit,
Wrong.
right?
Yeah, something's wrong.
Yeah.
Vampires.
You're stuck
Sorry?
on vampires, Anthony.
It's just, they all seem very creepy to me.
What time are we looking at?
I would love to watch. I'd love to watch that priest's face when he watches our show.
I don't think he watches our
We
show.
don't want to get in legal trouble, but yes, yeah. Local priest. Local voodoo priest.
Foreign priest.
Oh,
Foreign
gosh.
priest.
Let's go talk to the sheriff.
Yeah, what time is it now after this in the graveyard?
It's around 3 p.m.
Okay.
We're gonna have to find a way
5
to
o'clock's
find
when
out.
we're
More like
Yeah, 5 o'clock
2:45.
for the resort. We got a little
Okay.
bit
Yeah.
of time.
All right, so you head over to the sheriff's office, A receptionist says, "Hi, how can I help you?"
Good afternoon. I'm Jim Fontaine, here with Unsolved Secrets.
Well, is there anything? Do you have a police report to file, Jim?
Do you consent to being filmed?
What? What is this for? Some reality TV show?
I wouldn't, classify. I mean, it's a documentary.
Documentary style.
We're on the Peacock channel,
Do we have your consent to film you?
Sure.
Hi. We're staying up at the Red Empress Hotel, which we understand has been the site of multiple sightings of unexplained phenomena.
Oh, you should talk to Sheriff Nanchinga. He's in his back office. His father was part of the fire brigade back when that fire happened.
That's what local barmaid Dolly told us. And
you went to
over.
Dolly's, a great
That's
place.
delicious food. I'm sorry, what's the sheriff's name again?
Darren Nanchinga.
Nanchinga.
I will.
Nanchinga. Is that American Indian?
No, it is. He's an African American man.
Oh, okay.
Do you think the sheriff would be willing to talk with us this afternoon?
Yeah, he's. I mean, his schedule's pretty empty, so I can.
It's probably a very peaceful island you have here, isn't it? Except for the unexplained phenomena.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you'd tell the sheriff that we'd like to interview him, if now's good, that's great, or we can come back when it's more convenient for him.
Here, let me check. She knocks on his door. Yep, come in. And he sees the crew, and his face kind of drops a little, and he's like, "Oh, what's this all about?"
Good afternoon, Sheriff. I'm Jim Fontaine. We're here with Unsolved Secrets.
Do you consent to being on film?
Well, only if you modify my voice and change my name.
We can do that.
Very well. Yeah.
Okay.
We could even set you up backlit right now. So we can have it's a good effect often. They'll have the light on my face, but you'll be in silhouette. We'll modify your voice.
Okay. Sounds
We're
good.
hoping that this brings a lot of publicity to your town, maybe bring in more tourists and revitalize your economy.
Well, that would be nice. As long as it doesn't bring too many troublemakers. You know how
Well, we don't have any control over that.
In our experience, the ghost hunting community is a pretty friendly crowd.
Indeed.
Oh, I bet.
Only get troublemakers?
Well,
10,000 gay people here during the...
sometimes people get a little rowdy when they've had too much to drink, or some tourists are just straight up disrespectful of our beaches, littering and
It's darn shame.
Those
It is.
beaches.
Who am I kidding? I mean, the beaches aren't that good.
It's a shaly part of the country, after all.
Yeah, ever since the the internet went up and people started reviewing things online, tourism has gone down.
Is there a town council or an island council?
There's a mayor.
There is a mayor. Okay.
Yes.
Sheriff, we understand that your father was present at the electrical fire in 1984.
Oh yeah, he told me some weird stories. Never really fully believed them, but he mentioned something about how these bodies were like linked together when they found them, like in a circle.
Interesting. The 4 victims were in a circle. Were they seated?
Their bodies were pushed backwards from the center, and they all had their hands linked. It's quite strange.
Did your father have a theory as to what caused the electrical fire in the first place?
Maybe it's a devil worship ritual gone wrong.
So you suspect that there was some sort of religious cult or...
Satanists, or most likely.
Are there any photographs of the incident that were taken at the time?
I would have to look for it. Can I get you a copy tomorrow?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Please.
Okay.
How old were you at the time of the incident?
I was not born yet. And he's a younger man.
Is your mother still alive?
Unfortunately, no. She died in childbirth.
I'm sorry.
It's all right.
Anything else about the incident stand out for you?
I wouldn't say so. There's not much trouble in town. It's a quiet place.
How long has the electrical bike guy been around?
Oh, he's been around for a while. I don't know why I think his father set up his business or something. A hell of a place to set up a business. He'd probably make more money on the mainland, but he's a stubborn kid.
Yeah, it seemed like an odd sort of enterprise to me.
He looks a good kid. Never had a problem with him.
Fair enough. Have you had much call to visit the Red Empress yourself?
No. Never really had
of-
to go up there. Not many guests stay up there anyway. So
Right.
Are there other places to stay on the island?
yeah, we've got a Holiday Inn.
Probably more than 1.9 stars.
Do they have a Starbucks?
Yes.
If the Red Empress is shitty, then we can stay at the deluxe and wonderful Holiday Inn.
No, we have to at least spend one night at the Red Empress, try to get
Mm.
some good footage. But yes, we can put the Holiday Inn rooms on Mitch's card if that turns out to be a bust.
That's bad.
Sheriff,
Yes.
in addition to the Red Empress owner's suicide and rumors of his Satan worship, and the mysterious electrical fire, which your father witnessed, have you any other recollection of unusual electrical phenomena on the island?
A lot of locals are saying their generators don't work, which is quite strange. I always tell them to maybe call up their electrical company, Marwicka Light and Power. You know, they bring power over from the mainland. I think they rent the power from National Grid, takes the power from the undersea cables to the substation, and then that's distributed to the rest of the households and buildings.
So why do so many residents have generators?
Just in case the storm happens. But when storms do actually happen, they got off the island. Well, probably because they want to have a backup.
It's not an unreasonable. The power could go out at any
There's
time.
been no issues. There's been no issues with the subsystem, with the electricity that's
Nope.
coming from the mainland. That's reliable.
Yeah, and thank God for that.
There was also, and this probably seems very strange, but there was also some stories that we heard from people about green lights in the sky back in the day. And I don't know, maybe some military jets or something. But we heard that from multiple sources and wondered if that was a more common rumor. Is that something that your family ever talked about?
I wouldn't know anything about that, but some of the locals, they definitely talk about seeing glowing orbs in the 80s, but never really thought that to be too much. Maybe it was a climate thing.
Sure.
Before your time, at any rate.
Yeah. Are you folks enjoying our quiet island town?
The seafood's delicious.
Oh, yes, it is.
And the air is very clean. I quite like a cycle around the island. I don't know if anyone would, if we have some time for that, maybe can also, perhaps Bradley, you'd like to get an e-bike and we can race one another and maybe find some other footage or possibly some other sites which are worth including there. It's so beautiful here.
Yeah, it's around 3:30 right now if you want to go rent some bikes.
I mean, as long as the electric works and I don't have to pedal too much.
Yeah, you don't have to pedal at all.
I'll do a lap.
I'd like to work off some of that heavy lunch.
I, for one, am quite curious to see the Red Empress.
Well, we could always go over there. I mean, I know our appointment's with the owner at 5, but nothing's stopping us from at least.
I mean, I wasn't suggesting that going cycling now. I'm just saying it'd be something nice to do. Maybe, but the Red Empress is probably the first order of call. We can go cycling tomorrow or something.
If you two want to cycle around right now,
there's a good sunset coming up. If you want to cycle around, get some shots, you definitely can.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, we'll have to do that definitely. We got, maybe tomorrow, since sunset's probably going to fall by the time of our interview now.
I don't want to get stuck several miles from the Red Empress, and there's weird electrical phenomena in the electric bikes that mean that we can't get back and we miss the 5 o'clock. So I'd rather cycle tomorrow. Well,
so far our cell phone reception and our
how is our cell phone reception?
Your cell phone reception is fine.
Yeah, we're going to want to get ample footage of our approach to the Empress. You'll want to, get out and take a shot of the van approaching, and we'll want to get shots from inside the van as we come up on it. And probably sunset's a little after 5. Probably the most atmospheric visuals we're going to get today of the place.
Yeah. Definitely want to walk around and get at the outside and get some hallways, some rooms.
Yeah. It's not too soon to head up there.
Yeah, you can head up there.
And a lot of times you get there, if they're not busy, they'll just let you into your room early.
Yeah.
The odds that they're busy are slim.
I've been rolling a lot of 99s. There's a convention just coming to town.
I believe the sun would set a little earlier in October.
Yeah, a little bit.
So,
well, I think we head to the Red Empress.
So you're going to go over to where you parked your van. Luke's there. He's waiting. So did you change your mind, folks, about those electric bikes? Tell you what, 50% off.
Maybe tomorrow. We got stuff to do tonight, but maybe we'll get with you in the morning and see how we feel then.
All right.
Just on the books for an early morning ride. 5 bikes.
Yeah, if you get you can take the bikes now. I won't even charge you for today because you're staying at that resort, and that's quite a bit of a drive.
I mean, I guess we got the space.
Sure.
We can load them up in the back, and
That it's fine.
we'll take 5 bikes.
If you'll stop
Okay.
bothering us, that would be. Let's do it. Yeah.
Sure, just return them tomorrow by 5. And
I'll take it.
he's gonna take card.
That'll be Mitch.
Takes your card. And he has some kind of app on his phone and puts the information in, and then hands your card back to you.
10 minutes from now, we'll get a call from Mitch saying, "Where's all my money?"
Pleasure doing business with you.
Mm-hmm. Well,
Is there a decent bike without electrics? On a regular cycle?
he can get you one.
Great.
Get it all loaded, load us up, and head to the Red Empress.
On your drive up to the Red Empress, you're going up Main Street is a gray brick paved pathway, and then it gets to more dirt roads when you're getting through sparse trees, and you pass by a advertisement sign showing a empress suntanned, face entirely red. She's got sunglasses on, and she's applying suntan lotion, and says, "Join us at the Red Empress Resort."
We should.
someone should get some footage of that. Yeah, Devin, you can
footage,
handle
yeah.
the camera when Brad's not doing the work.
Sure.
All right.
It's so damn ugly. Here, come to our hotel where the picture of it is ugly.
What everyone looks forward to in a New England vacation, a terrible sunburn. These people.
All right. And as the crew of the Unsolved Secrets drives up to the resort, as the sun begins to set, we're going to take a 5-minute bio break. So your van approaches the Red Empress Resort, a 3-story building that looms over you. The brilliant orange sunset is illuminating it. You have just pulled into the parking lot, and it is 4:30.
Well, we can always get some exterior shots. It's only half an hour until our meeting anyway.
I hand the camera back to Bradley.
The resort itself is of New England design. It does have some pillars in the front, like a plantation, where the bottom of a U is. Like I described earlier, this resort is in a U shape. And the parking lot's to the south of that. The west side is fenced off. There, it's been burned. It hasn't been repaired, which is quite odd.
Yeah, it's been 30 years.
That is correct.
30 years.
And it smells faintly of smoke.
Yeah, park us, get out, and get some nice establishing shots.
Mm.
Why wouldn't
There's some
why would
bullshit
they-
going
it's
on
almost been
here.
40. It's almost 40 years and just leaving it like this.
You'd think you'd knock it down and brick it up if you didn't actually repair it. And it took him 2 years to reopen.
Who would want to stay here? You know?
Any cars in the parking lot?
No.
Well,
Your white van is the only one.
Jim maybe mentioned something about the smell of smoke still lingers in the air 40 years later. Something like that, you know.
Yeah, that's good.
Incredible.
Long after the tragedy that struck here in 1984, you can almost hear the cries of the victims, and the sea air is still redolent of char and tragedy. And
Yeah,
pumps
that was
it up.
good. We'll
Bradley.
keep that. Yeah, we'll keep that.
Bradley, darling, could you get a picture of the sun, the orange light shining on me as I'm looking strangely into the...
And from what I understand, you're also getting some video of the burnt west wing as well.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
All
absolutely.
right, then everyone can give me a spot hidden check.
Look more mysterious, Anthony. Come on, you just look like you're thinking.
be a
16. That is a
11.
hard success.
Wonderful. A heart is what you would need at this distance, because there is something that catches your eye, Bradley, as you're taking a pan shot of the debris. Amongst the detritus, you see a glint amongst the burned wood. Zooming in with your camera, it looks like a spyglass.
Interesting. There's like a spyglass in there.
Can I step over the fence or whatever
Of
there
course.
is and go and pick it up?
If you're going into the burned down wing, I will require a dexterity roll.
I'm just rolling as Devin is.
Buried treasure.
19.
Remains.
So that's a hard success.
The wooden floor, the burned wood creaks as you put weight on it, and you narrowly avoid having your foot go through the floor. And you find somewhere safer to step, and you are able to get to the spyglass.
Is there something under the floor, like a basement?
Not in this area.
Okay. So he would have only gone a couple of inches.
Yeah, it'd be painful.
Right.
All right, so yeah, the spyglass is there on the ground amongst the debris.
So that's like a telescope, is it?
Yes,
Or-
it's about a foot and a half long, and it is made of brass. It has intricate designs on it, engraved. And the peculiar thing is that the lenses, they are pink.
Pink, like modern Bosch and Lomb.
All right, Sophia. So I should obviously discover the thing, right?
Sure, I'll leave it there. You can go
yeah.
and pick it up again. Take care where you walk, though, Jim. Yeah. I'll put it back. Is it burnt?
No.
Let's make this
It has
like a
some soot on
mysterious
it, but-
discovery.
Yeah.
Like you just stumbled upon it. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'll film off this way, and then I'll kind of cut back real quick as Jim's, coming over the fence.
Hey, look!
Yeah.
I've spotted
Look
this.
over there.
Because of Devin's help, I'll allow you to roll a dexterity roll with a bonus die, Jim.
Okay. Pointing at the least broken places. Oh, that's a 0-3. I could dance the fandango on this dirt floor.
Absolutely. And you pick up this intricate brass spyglass.
What have we here?
Do you
Most
have
peculiar.
Do you have occult? You can roll it now.
See, and now I get to
I-
91.
I roll 20 on occult, which is hard success.
It's not charged at all. It can't have been here when the fire occurred. But why would someone, this haunted sea captain, why would they want to peer out of this charred ruin? That's the first question.
Devin, with the 20, with the success, you identify the engravings as originating from an Asian country like Tibet or China.
Further suggestions of an Oriental attachment to the mysteries here.
I don't think
Can
they
I
like to
take
use, don't use Oriental on camera.
Oh, right, we don't use Oriental anymore. What? Right. Can you tell if it's Chinese or what?
I don't know.
Can I
Hand it
take
to
a
me.
photo of the engravings and then put that, and then with my phone, and then look online to do some kind of character recognition or
Yeah, you could definitely do
Something.
that.
reverse image for one of the characters?
Okay. Yeah. So you take a photo, upload it online, and you're not getting any matches.
So even for a single character, so it's not like Chinese or something recognizable. This
Nothing
is
that's on the
more
internet.
weird.
Yeah.
Right.
Bradley, are you filming? Would you hand it to me? Let's see if I pick up any vibrations from it.
So you pick up the spyglass. All right.
He's got everything there.
When you look through it, what do you look at?
I just sort of look at it at the distance.
You just see pink. As you look towards the ocean and what do you look at now?
Like the ground or a tree in the distance, or
Okay, roll luck at this time.
32. That is a pass.
When you swing the spyglass over to look at a nearby tree, you end up passing it through the Red Empress Resort. And you can see in the brilliant neon green the circuitry through the walls. Roll sanity for me.
What the deuce? It's 44. Yeah, that's a pass.
All right, just
You see a
one.
ghost, Anthony?
The electricity, it's highlighted in a bright neon green.
I can. It's that movie. What was it? The Matrix. Yeah, it's bizarre. I can see the circuitry in the house, like X-ray vision. Look.
Have to try.
And you're also seeing it through the power lines as well. Highlighted all in brilliant neon. And if you're looking through this spyglass, this peculiar spyglass, roll sanity.
Bradley, is there a coating?
Just
that you can
one.
put on
One on a
lenses?
success.
Yeah, that's really odd. Do we see anything other than electricity? Do we see the outlines of the world, or is it just green lines?
So once you get to a certain distance, the spyglass is no longer able to detect electricity. I will require you a spot hidden, though. as you're looking around with the spyglass.
It's 21.
Right. And you bring the spyglass over to the top of the building on the 3rd floor.
Mm-hmm.
You see a humanoid figure.
In the penthouse, humanoid?
Yes, but when you looked at your friends, they weren't highlighted at all.
So and is it also in green?
Yeah, it's neon green. It's a brilliant neon green, and that can only mean that this humanoid figure is made of electricity, which is impossible.
Wow, I rolled my sanity exactly.
Oh, wonderful.
When you move it away, though, you're looking at the building, right? So it's got that feeling like you're looking into the building and out of the building, like this.
Yeah, it's just going through the building. You're seeing the circuitry. It's like you have X-ray visions.
It's one of those military things where it senses the heat of the person.
Yeah, but it's not mechanical. It looks old.
Oh, let me get the infrared and see.
Yeah, maybe it's just made to look old.
Turn the infrared on the penthouse. It looks like our host is.
So when you turn the infrared camera onto the penthouse itself, you're just getting shades of white and black. Normally what you'd see, it doesn't allow you to see through walls. It just highlights heat signatures, and right now it's all black.
I'm not getting anything on infrared.
I say keep it a secret. We've just touched a mystery here of some sort.
Brad, is there a way to hold up the telescope to your camera so we can show the viewers what we are seeing through the telescope?
Yeah, maybe if like we close our hands around so we don't get any light, and so we're just seeing through the telescope, maybe that'll pick up something.
Yeah, you put the camera up to the lens of the spyglass, and it's all green. Can't see anything.
Move it around, just all green.
Yeah, it's all green.
There's probably a lens that you can put on the camera itself to allow for this narrow focus. Maybe, I don't know.
And the figure on the 3rd floor is now gone.
All right, somebody up there. There's something shaped like somebody.
We're gonna have to do like a digital recreation or something. Give it to them in editing to do recreation.
They can make it happen.
And that gave me the willies, honestly.
Well, let's just get what you saw, Jim. Make sure we get that. That way they can go back and recreate it if need be.
Yeah. With some spooky music. Pocket.
The sun continues to set.
Let's go check in.
Casting long shadows over the island. You head into the lobby. At the reception desk is a silver fox of an old man, probably in his 60s. He's dressed in 80s hotel attire with red velvet, one of those hats. He says, you must be the crew. I'm Jeremy Knight. Nice to meet you.
Mr. Knight.
Mr. Knight, a pleasure to meet you. I'm Jim Fontaine. We're here with Unsolved Secrets.
Wonderful. Maybe this can bring back some business.
Do you consent to being on film, Mr. Knight?
Of course. And looking around this lobby, it's actually pretty nice.
It's a handsome establishment you have here, Mr. Knight.
Thank you. Can I show you to your rooms? Do you have any luggage I need to bring over?
We do have stuff in the van. Yes.
Oh, yeah, we got a lot of equipment.
We'll carry everything up. Why don't we, if it's convenient for you, why don't you give us a tour of the place first? We'll sort of shoot that. Still got some nice sunset light if we go to the west side.
Of course.
And then we can worry about, we're not, it's not like we have to go to sleep at 6.
You okay if after the tour I set you up in your rooms and then change myself so we can have a nice interview in the dining room?
Indeed.
Sounds perfect.
I'll set you up in the eastern side. So he begins to walk eastward on the east side of the U, and he says, these are our standard rooms, New England style. Usually they have 2 kings, amenities like showers and whatnot. On the 3rd floor is the penthouse suite.
Who's staying in the penthouse?
No one's staying in the penthouse. I believe my father, he used to stay in the penthouse.
Mm. Yes. So even though the tragedy occurred on the western wing of the complex, you've had people experience unexplained phenomena over here on the east side as well?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. People are complaining about lights shutting off or electricity not working. Sometimes the jukebox in the game room, it turns on by itself.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's faulty wiring. What about yourself, Jim? What kind of ghosts have you seen?
Oh, we've seen a little bit of everything, never quite enough, if you know what I mean. We've, recorded some terrifying rituals, epiphenomena. We've had some very interesting recording anomalies over the years. Strange lights, this and that. A lot of wackadoos too.
Well, hopefully this works out for both of us.
Well, I'll tell you, there are several established haunted hotels in the country, and it definitely can be a real boon to business.
Tell you what, after our interview, I'll give you free reign of the place. You can have the keys.
Brilliant. Do you stay here yourself?
Yes, I have a small room in the back near my office.
Understood.
Are there any guests right now?
No.
Off season, I guess.
Yeah, there hasn't been any guests, and to be honest, we're actually struggling with money. If you would strike that from the cameras.
Sure. We're not going to broadcast the faulty wiring line either. I don't think that would be good for business.
All right.
After an electrical fire.
If we say something like you've been having we can spin it in such a way that people will want to come here because of the haunting. I assume that's what you want.
I'll leave that up to you. You're the experts.
You have blueprints?
Yeah, we've got blueprints. I can get you a copy later tonight.
Always nice to have on camera,
Sure.
There is
And in the middle
here.
of the U, we've got a outdoor swimming pool, just in case you don't like those New England waters.
Heated? It's kind of cold for swimming these days, huh?
No. Well, actually, since it's off season, the pool's been closed.
Good for the summer tourists. So
Yes.
Is there, as we're walking around, what general state is this thing in? Is it, and are there creaky boards and doors that when we open them and so on?
Yes, it's an older place, but it has its rustic charm.
Do you have staff?
No, it's just me nowadays. I had to let most of my staff go.
It must be all walking around dusting and cleaning every day to day.
Oh, yes, I am the sole caretaker of this place. But it's been in my family, so it's all I can do.
I hope you don't mind me asking. I noticed that the West Wing it's still in the condition, I assume, since the fire. Is
Oh,
that
yes.
just financial reasons or?
Well, I'd say it's a two-pronged reason. There's the financial troubles that I've had, and then I just can't bring myself to clean it up because of the people we lost that day. It's painful.
That must have been awful.
Oh, yes. I knew those four quite well.
They were all in your father's employ as well before his passing?
Yes, they were.
Why don't we let him clean up and get into our rooms and do a formal interview?
Yeah, please. Let me bring you to your rooms.
You said you'd give us the reign that we could go anywhere.
Yeah, you'll have the run of the place. You can do your filming, but I'll set you up in room 106. 108, which is right next to it, and then right across from that, it's 107 for the lady.
Oh, thank you very much. And you don't mind if we go to the penthouse later?
Oh, not at all.
Is there a basement?
Yes, there is a basement. It's located right behind the office.
Right.
There a bar?
Yes, there's actually a bar in the dining room. I'll serve you up some drinks.
Oh, very kind of you. Thank you very much.
But please, let me let you freshen up, shower, all that. I'll be in the lobby. And he walks off.
How does Mr. Knight seem?
Friendly and accommodating, which
Seems professional,
I was hoping for.
if not a little eccentric
Yeah,
for staying in a hotel by himself.
Is he pale?
No, he's full of color and life.
Yeah,
he
I was
doesn't
kinda
seem
hoping-
secretive.
Yeah, I don't know if you're going to get anything useful out of him at all. Honestly, I was kind of hoping he'd be like, shaky and wan.
Yeah.
He gets
We
the
can
run
kind
of
of put a
the place.
filter on him in post,
We can go anywhere.
Yeah, that part's good. We could definitely.
He's definitely lying about somebody being here. You saw somebody upstairs.
Well, I mean, I saw somebody through that glass. I don't even understand how you could look through a pink lens and see green light.
I didn't look through that spyglass. Was the guy that you saw the same size? Can you get an estimate of whether?
It was, everything was glowing. It was a figure shaped like a person. It could have been, an electrical appliance that's shaped like a person, and that's why it was glowing.
Yeah,
it could have been.
Maybe it's some kind of sort of device you have to to iron clothes or something.
Yeah, it could have been a tanning bed. I mean, I was looking through a building. Who knows?
Well, this is a long hallway. I mean, look down. I mean, see if you see anything weird, through it inside the building.
Sure.
Yeah, your feet are tired after such a long day running around the town.
Anything inside with the spyglass?
No, not right now. Just the same old circuitry.
But you can see the green circuitry with the spyglass.
Yes.
Oh,
and
well,
so if there's a lamp in the hallway and then a green
you'll
line
see it
goes down the
connected
wall and then,
to the outlet, connected to the circuit breaker in the basement, connected to the distribution system.
Have a look, Devin. It's weird. I mean, this thing might be worth a fortune, honestly.
If it's not something military grade like Anthony was saying, it's got to be some kind of filter, right? And honestly, if we could get our hands on this, it would be great for any future shootings we do. Adds a real spooky element to the whole thing,
You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of that experiment, and I don't remember the scientist, early scientist, who discovered radiation because it made an impression. Maybe it's a coating on the lens that the electricity is somehow interacting with and creating that effect. Because it doesn't look that new. It looks old.
Yeah, but maybe someone took an old spyglass and added some, new stuff to it.
And then just left it there in the rubble.
All that I can't explain.
And it doesn't look like a digital device, right? It looks like copper and
and they're
that is
definitely
correct.
Glass lenses. There's a pink tinge to them.
I'm gonna go unpack and then have a drink and interview this gentleman.
Yeah, I guess we shouldn't be primitives being dazzled by technology that we don't understand. It's just maybe it's something from the Victorians that we just, people lost, never bothered to continue. Kaleidoscope.
Maybe some other ghost hunting crew came out here and lost it there, and it was their hokey device that they use to give a weird, wacky filter to all the things that they film.
It's ours now.
Yeah.
And by the way, in an empty hotel, I don't know why he's only given us 3 rooms, but since he's going to give us the keys, I'll be bunking alone tonight.
Yeah, I don't blame you. Seems a bit cheap.
Well, maybe the other ones aren't made up. I called dibs on the clean room.
It's double king size beds, isn't it? In each
That is correct.
So that's pretty big. I mean, I don't care, Bradley. If you want,
we'll bunk. We got to have all the equipment with us
before. Exactly. Yeah.
Will you be taking 106 or 108?
We'll take 108.
Okay, so Bradley and Devin are in 108.
Yep.
Yeah.
Load
Does
up
it?
all
I mean,
the
is it
gear.
a clean room? Is it air fresh and stuff?
Oh yeah, it's taken care of.
Right.
Service is quite exceptional, actually.
He seems to clean up the place. Yeah.
Who's going to be in 107 and 106?
I'll
Be
take
in
107.
107.
Oh.
And then I'll be in 106. That's fine. I'll
Okay.
be 106. You'll be 107.
So the adjoining rooms, 106, go to 108 as well.
Okay.
So Sophia will be in 106, and in 107 will be Jim if he doesn't sneak off, and Anthony.
Yeah. Jim snores.
All right, so what are you doing to freshen up?
I'm going to wash my hair.
I'm going to take off my hat.
Lot to wash.
Yeah, Anthony, you're a little
Have a
sweaty.
shower.
Yeah, who's having a shower?
I'll take one too. Freshen up, put on some new clothes. Yeah.
I'll lay out on the bed, have some almonds.
So, Sophia, as you take a shower, the light bulb explodes, shrouding the bathroom in darkness.
Well, damn it.
And there's glass all over the floor. What do you do?
Let's see. I'll pull back the curtain. Is the door within like could I reach?
You feel a hand on your shoulder, and you hear a voice. It's so cold. Make a sanity roll, please.
That is a fail.
All right, that's a D6.
D6. Oh boy. 5. Woo.
All right, roll intelligence.
And that's a fail also.
That's good.
So,
That's good.
Yeah,
All right,
yeah,
but
that's good.
you because you failed the sand roll itself,
sure.
you let out a shriek.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm scrambling to get out of the bathtub.
Yeah,
Because that's very freaky.
All right,
Remember, there's
and,
glass over the floor.
yeah, and you step onto the glass.
Yeah,
All right.
because like that's scarier to me than glass on the floor.
All right, just take 1 damage as you lacerate your feet, and you wrap a towel around yourself quickly.
Mhm.
I'm next door.
You hear
we-
screaming.
108 next door.
Bradley and Devin are
108.
next door.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I shoot up on the bed, toss my bag of almonds. And that's when I hear the scream.
I come out of the shower.
I just heard Sophia screaming.
Are you okay, Sophia? Knock on the connecting door.
I'm opening it. There's something in the bathroom. There's something in the bathroom.
You're tracking blood all over the carpet as well.
Oh my goodness.
I'm gonna sit
Hold
down, but there's something.
Sit
Bradley,
down.
you go look in the bathroom. Something's in
hadn't-
there.
I head into the bathroom.
But
You head in the
I'll
bathroom.
look at-
You instinctively try to turn on the light switch. It's just a spark, but then nothing.
I've come from across the hall.
I take my phone out and turn the flashlight on my phone.
Oh yes,
I've-
there's nothing there.
Have we started already?
What happened? What happened to the light, Sophia?
I was in the middle of taking a shower and the damn thing just busted. But I swear to you, something grabbed me in the shower and whispered to me that it was cold. And the cameras aren't rolling, so you know this is real, Brad. I'm not playing with you.
Oh no, yeah, no, I'm charging batteries in there. Damn. Oh, well, shit. Okay, I'm about to get a camera, and I won't shoot till I get in the bathroom. I just want to get some shots, of the blood on the floor.
Very well.
I run back, grab
I
a
hate to
camera.
ask this, Sophia. Can we film you now? Because this is the hotel attacking you. This is what we came here to record.
Yeah.
I'm
but
sorry.
get it-
I mean,
get it
obviously,
on-
I
yeah,
feel
get
for
it
you.
on
I'll sort
camera.
out the first aid. We ought to get it on camera.
Get it on camera. This is good stuff.
But put a robe
Yeah,
on.
and I'll do
something.
first aid for her foot.
Yeah.
Roll first aid roll then.
Nobody
Anthony, what
cares.
is it?
Just get in
Sophia
here, Jim.
claims that something has attacked her, and the camera's not rolling, and she's apparently not just trying to get us all going. She's
Yeah.
cut her feet, so she's
Yeah, I'm-
serious.
Man.
She cut her feet on glass on the floor.
And Jim, you're
got-
alone in 107, correct?
Yeah.
The phone rings.
Okay. Hi, Jim Fontaine.
And you just hear, "It's so cold," and it just goes. And roll sanity, because that kind of it doesn't sit right with you, and it's just 0-1.
Well, that's failed, so 1 it is. Did the voice sound male, female?
You couldn't tell.
Just whispers.
Okay, well, I guess our host is at least going to make an effort. I wasn't sure.
And actually, Anthony, when you were going across the hall over to 108 to check out the screaming, you looked over to the lobby, and Mr. Knight, Jeremy Knight, he's sweeping up the lobby in a gray janitorial costume.
He's down by the concierge desk sweeping, unless it's a trick that he's set up before.
And he's heading towards you now. And he's knocks on the door to 108.
Well, I mean, I'm half out in the hallway.
Oh yeah, you're there. So hey, what's going on?
Well, we seem to have had our first little ghost sighting. We're not even filming yet.
Ghosts?
Something seems to have touched Miss Nguyen in the shower.
That's terrible. Is she okay?
There's some glass on the floor.
I apologize for this awful experience. Let me get that glass out right away.
Well,
you need a first aid kit?
We want to do some filming. Yeah, we have some first aid.
I've got it.
We're okay.
On the first aid, I rolled 31, which is just a fail, but it would be an honor for me to pay 1 luck in order to help Miss Nguyen to make sure that it's a success.
Very well. Request granted. 1 health.
All right, Sophia, just tell you know what to do. We've done this.
Yeah.
Just
I was taking a shower. I was just trying to freshen up, and the light just burst. I don't know what's going on with the electricity in this town. And then a hand grabs me, and a voice whispers in my ear, "I'm so cold." And of course, I freak out, and I'm running out of the room, and I step on all this broken glass. What, Jim? What?
You sure it wasn't "It's so cold"?
It might have been. Why?
Because that's what somebody said to me on the telephone and across the hall.
Bradley, are you shooting? Okay.
Mr. Knight, were you calling my friend here on this phone just a few minutes ago?
Oh, I was attending to the floor that needed to be swept.
Downstairs. I saw him down there.
But you would...
How would a phone call go through to a room? Does it have to be switched in? Or can someone...
Yes, it would have to be called from the... it's a closed system. It'd have to be called from the lobby. But I was there and I didn't see anything.
Well then, we'll need a new light bulb for the bath, I guess.
Of course. Do you want me to make up room 110?
Yeah, I don't want to stay in here. Yeah, I don't want to stay in here.
How old were you, Mr. Knight, when your father passed away?
Well, let's see. I was in my 20s. I was born 19... let me think. Yes, I was born in 1965.
So you're 54, 55 years old. You were in your 20s.
You weren't on the island when your father passed. Is that correct?
I was there, unfortunately.
Oh, you were there. Were you not staying in the penthouse with your father?
No. I had my own separate room. I discovered his body. It was quite horrific. And I don't like to dwell on those thoughts, but...
Yeah, so, we only bring it up, of course, because we're here to investigate these.
Of course, I understand.
before the broken glass gets swept up, Bradley and I should go in to photograph that, and also to see if there's any sort of secret door or any panel, or possibly someone still hiding in that room.
Yeah, of course.
We should check it out.
Yeah, give me a spot hidden.
95. I see nothing.
Yeah, you think it's clear.
69, also a fail.
All right, you both think it's clear, and you go through the motions of photographing the broken glass and the blood stains, and Jeremy quickly and efficiently cleans it up.
I'm gonna
replaces the light bulb.
I'm gonna keep this room. Devin, you stay in 108. I'll stay in here. We'll keep the door open. I'll set up a camera facing towards the bathroom, so see if we capture anything else in there.
Right.
I've also got some motion sensors, and I'll set them up as well, so that we will know if anything shifts around in there at all.
All right.
And also in my shower, in my shower room, I want to go and finish.
You finish showering. Excellent.
Yeah, you are soapy. Mr. Knight, sorry. Does the phrase "it's so cold" mean anything to you?
Well, it is a bit chilly.
Fair enough.
I will be readying up, and I'll meet you in the dining room. Now, it will be just before the West Wing.
Mm-hmm.
And he heads off.
Does it seem strange to you people that he was waiting at the desk in his bellhop uniform and he changed into overalls to sweep the lobby before he changed into whatever he's going to change into for his interview?
Yeah, I don't know why you do a wardrobe change for different jobs when you're the only employee.
I mean, either there's some Dead Ringers nonsense going on and there's like 5 Jeremy Knights running around in different outfits, or
the Vatican clones.
What is with you in the Vatican?
It's an angle.
We have 28% of our viewers are Catholic. You can't.
Oh, they know that. I maybe he got dressed up in his fancy clothes because he knew we were coming and we were filming, and then but he doesn't want to get them dirty cleaning up. So
for you, okay to finish showering? Do you need anything?
I'm just gonna.
Do you want a drink?
Yeah, it'd be great.
I got bourbon here and tequila here.
Bourbon would be fantastic.
Yeah.
I need to wash the shampoo out of my hair, but
yeah.
How's your foot?
So 108 shower is now free.
Thanks. Devin was actually he patched me up. Thank you.
Do you want some? I can sit in the room outside to shower and.
Yeah, actually, if you don't mind, that'd be thank you.
In case.
So you get ready and you do your makeup and you look good without incident.
Let's
marvelous, darling.
Thank you. Let's go interview this guy.
And you all walk past the game room where the jukebox is and a pool table, and you walk past the lobby and enter the base of the West Wing where the dining room is, and sitting at a round table with a cloth covering, some drinks ready, is Jeremy Knight in his finest dinner jacket.
Oh, number 3.
Set up one camera where he's going to be sitting. Set up a secondary camera for where Jim's going to be sitting, for the interview. And I set up the infrared just kind of in the corner, because maybe something happens as he's talking about the history, just trying to capture as much of the room as possible.
Of course. In the dining room, there's a brilliant chandelier, as well as a fully stocked bar, sparkling, shining glasses hanging from a rack, an inverted rack. What did you say, Devin?
Does the jukebox still work? And
the jukebox
because
is
that's
in the
maybe
game
something
room.
to film. Oh, the game room. Sorry.
Yes.
Right. Back later.
So as you are interviewing, I'm going to walk around and feel the wooden panel.
Yes.
Sure.
I'm feeling for something.
Sure.
Anthony, as you're feeling around the wooden panel gives you an electric shock.
The deuce.
Make a sanity roll.
The wooden panel does. I failed.
Yeah, that's going to be one.
Okay.
Are you
Can you
okay?
please not yelp while we're
Anthony?
interviewing?
Static
Yeah,
electricity. There's static electricity in the room.
Yeah. This whole island is electrically volatile. This whole island appears to be electrically volatile. Is this something you've noticed, Mr. Knight?
Yes, there has been some incidents involving electricity. I always chalked it up to faulty wiring.
Are there no competent electrical engineers on the mainland that could come in here and clean this place up before
Well,
there's
quite
another
frankly,
tragedy?
I don't have the resources for that.
Well, you've maintained the place rather impressively, except of course for the
it's
closed
just
wing.
tender love and care, Mr. Fontaine.
Mm-hmm.
As
Yes, Anton?
nothing. But to the GM, as I work my way around the room and I get behind Mr. Knight,
Yeah.
I'm going to.
All right. Yeah, you don't detect any electricity emitting from him.
Okay. Or how about the walls?
The walls. Do you see the usual circuitry?
Okay.
You pan over the dining room. You see the circuitry for the chandelier as well as like the kitchen area for the stove tops and the freezer.
Okay. I'll put it away.
Okay.
Through all this, I'm watching the infrared because the two static cameras are fine. So I'm just watching the infrared to see if anything shows up.
Yeah, nothing shows up during the throughout the interview. Would you like to ask anything else as you spend some time interviewing?
Yes, Mr. Knight, I understand this might be sensitive, and of course, anything that comes up that you do not want to be part of the public record, we can discuss after the fact. But
Of course, I appreciate that, Fontaine.
we've heard the speculation in the village that before his untimely death, your father was involved in unusual religious practices.
That pains me to hear you say that, Jim. My father was a good man. He just wanted the best for this resort, to make an honest living.
Mm-hmm. There are also rumors in town that the four victims of the tragic fire in '84 were engaged in ritual activity at the time of their untimely deaths. Do you have any response to that?
I wasn't there that night, so I can't comment on that.
I understand that our interest in the occult, we're not against it. It's what we study. It's what we're interested in.
We're
pass no
investigators.
judgment.
I'd
We
love
pass
for
no
you to get to the
judgment.
bottom of it.
Did your father keep any kind of records or diary about his religious beliefs?
Perhaps in the room he stayed in. I don't go there often. Brings back painful memories.
Is it all right for us to go there and have a
Of
look
course,
around?
I said you'd have full reign of the resort, and I intend to stand by my word.
Excellent.
About your father's travels
Just
in
a-
Asia?
Yes, he went to Tibet a lot.
Hmm.
Oh.
Do you know what the nature of just tourism, missionary work?
Perhaps. He'd always bring back a few trinkets.
Hmm.
Just to complete the picture that we have, please.
Of course.
Was your mother? Is she still alive? Is she on the island or?
No, she passed a few years after I was born. A stroke.
Okay, before your father.
Yes, before my father. My father was heartbroken. Just
Did she
heartbroken.
travel with him? Or was your father generally traveling by himself?
He I believe he usually traveled by himself. I took it as a way for him to relax and just get away from it all after my mother passed.
Well, Tibet's very specific. I mean, a lot of people went there in the 60s. Spiritual awakening, study.
Yes. And to confuse that with satanic worship is, I believe that's a bit insulting.
Indeed.
Yeah, I mean, we are in a small
which is why we
island
ask
in
you.
England.
Yeah. What does the name Red Empress convey? Why was that the name for the hotel?
It's something my father came up with, but it's been so long.
Did he play mahjong?
Yes, I believe he did.
Maybe that is it.
Is there a mahjong set in the game room?
You'll have to check.
Perhaps we'll have
maybe.
a midnight game and see if the Red Empress appears.
That sounds quite frightening.
I don't think that's actually in all mahjong sets. It depends. It depends on where the mahjong sets come from. Different regional pieces, but that would be a really good centerpiece for the visual, the marketing aspect of that.
So, Jeremy, you were in the Red Empress when your father ended his life.
Yes.
Did he leave a note?
No, nothing.
But we are sure that it was not accidental?
I'm not sure. It seems purposeful to bring a toaster into a bathtub.
One does not generally prepare toast in the lavatory. It's true.
Was he an unhappy man?
I don't remember. It was a long time ago.
And then you left the island and you were away at the time of the tragic fire.
Yes, that is correct.
And after the fire, you returned and reopened the Red Empress.
Yes, we had to settle a lot of accounts and lay off staff. And
when the incident occurred, was the Red Empress functioning as a hotel?
Yes, it was functioning as a resort.
So you just weren't here. Somebody was managing it for you.
That is correct.
Were you taking a degree somewhere, or?
I believe I was on the mainland picking up some supplies.
Oh, you weren't away in a long-term fashion. You were just away that night.
That is correct. I wish I was there. Maybe I could have stopped whatever happened. Saved people.
How well did you know the people, Wallaby, Cook, Hines, and?
Well, I had good connections with all my staff. I treated them right and made sure they had adequate pay. And unfortunately, when the money ran out, I had to let them go. I had to let them free.
But they were actually staff, the victims?
Yes.
Oh.
They were all staff.
And where did the fire occurred in the West?
That is correct.
Is that where their rooms were?
No, those were guest rooms.
So while you were in the mainland, 4 of your staff were here. The fire took place at night, I understand.
Yes.
4 of your staff were in the same room in the guest area of the West Wing.
I have no idea what happened.
Oh. Perhaps it's a when the cat's away, the mice will play.
The sheriff apparently has photographs of the incident that he's going to be able to share with us tomorrow. Would you be interested in looking at those?
Of course.
I must say you seem very accommodating, which is very delightful, I'd say.
I take pride in the Knight family name for excellent service.
What was your mother's maiden name?
You can make a psychology roll. My mother's maiden name? My mother's maiden name was Franklin.
And of the staff that you had to let go when things got harder, are any of those people still on the island?
I think they've all gone their separate ways after the tourist season. The tourism died, went off to get their own degrees or other jobs.
Do you know if anybody who was present at the night of the catastrophic fire is still on the island?
I'm not sure.
Well, the sheriff.
Sheriff's father.
Sheriff might know. Or the fire brigade records. We could look at those. Was there a police investigation following this incident?
I believe there was. This is difficult to talk about.
I'm sure.
Yes, I'm sure there was a police investigation.
So I missed my psych roll by 7, but I'll spend the 7 luck to pass.
Okay.
I think everything feels so rehearsed, like he knows he's got all these really good answers for everything. It seems so odd. And that he doesn't remember certain things that, how could you forget? Over the last 40 years, he's probably thought about his father's life and why he would commit suicide. So
with your psychology roll success, he's very spacey. He's getting uncomfortable with the questioning. And he's not there.
Does it feel so he's not there. It feels like he's covering something up though.
You don't get that impression.
Okay. But it feels like he's not quite there.
Right.
Okay. For the record, are you on any medication?
No.
Do you partake in recreational drugs of any kind?
I do not. That would do. That'd be horrible for my reputation.
Have you seen any strange incidents yourself?
Apparitions
with electricity, such as your guests report?
I have replaced a lot of broken light bulbs and have suffered a few electric shocks. Lights flicker.
I'm going to do something odd. I'm still sort of wandering around, stopping and chatting with him for a while. As I come back around him, where everyone can see me, I'm going to take my hand. I'm going to reach out and touch him on the shoulder.
He's solid. He's there.
Lightly. Okay. And he doesn't electrocute me or anything.
No.
Okay.
He notices you and says,
so when I do it, I just say, I say, we're all friends here. We're just trying to get to the bottom of this.
And I thought I was known for hospitality. Thank you.
So I think as this interview is going on, there's nothing to see on the thermal camera. I walk over to Sophia, kind of lean in, and I say, I'm going to go set up a camera in the penthouse room because I want to catch if this guy's fucking with us.
Great idea. Yeah.
So I sneak out, head to my room, grab a camera.
I would actually say the interview's pretty much over at that point. So you have free reign.
Yeah.
All right.
I just want to get it set up in there before he gets a chance to get there. That way, if he comes in and does anything,
Are you going with Anthony or Jim or Devin?
If he might goes with me, that's fine. I was just want to get ahead of Mr. Knight. That way, if he sneaks in there to set up something, we'll catch it. We'll know if this is all a ruse or.
Yeah, we probably even have a couple of little high signs. So I will definitely bog Knight down with a couple of further questions. Any siblings?
He's actually making some tea right now in the kitchen. So, would you like some tea, sir?
That would be very nice.
It's oolong.
I would like to go with Bradley in case whenever there's a chance that he sees something, we want to make sure that we don't miss the sound on it. Also, I'd like to set up some motion detectors apart from the camera that he's setting up, because there's all these things like Karnaki, the ghost hunter, had little candles with strings back in the day, but now we don't need that. If I've read those stories correctly.
Excellent. So you're setting up motion detectors, stairwell, hallway.
It's 2021.
Strategic
correct?
places.
Excellent.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
yeah, you've got
Very
little
well.
battery operated ones.
Yeah.
So Bradley and Devin, you creep your way up to the third floor where the penthouse is. There is a double door that enters the penthouse itself.
Yeah, I've brought a couple of little like GoPro cameras just to set. That way I get good coverage, you know.
Yep.
Yeah, we
You
head
inside?
on in to the pit house.
The door opens and you smell ozone.
Oh, why does it still smell like this?
And when you look for the source, there's an electrical outlet and it's covered in fresh soot.
What is going on with the electricity in this place, this whole island, Devin? What?
Other than that, it's a nice penthouse. There's a very large bath, as well as a California king.
Yeah, try to set up a camera to capture as much, a couple cameras to capture as much of the space as I can without any blind spots,
Yeah. So just describing this room more, there's a large window that overlooks the center of the U, overlooking the pool, as well as the ocean. And there's some bookshelves.
I mean, I think I'd probably look around, get a feel for the room, kind of what it
then
is.
Give me a search or a spot hidden then.
Okay.
Can I roll?
Yeah, of course.
I got a 31 on a 40 on spot hidden, so that's a success. Just a regular.
I got a 12, so that's hard success.
All right, so this is what you find. You find an old journal that has the name Henry Knight on it. For Bradley, as you peruse the bookshelf, it's an old leather-bound journal, ancient. The pages are yellowed. This looks almost a century old.
Yeah, I think take that off and
put
it in my hoodie pocket here.
Devin, you look outside, and sitting in the lifeguard chair, facing the ocean away from the window, is a man in a red lifeguard uniform. And from the hairline, it looks like Jeremy Knight, and he's shivering.
Okay, camera on my mobile phone.
He's there. He's guarding the pool that's closed. Out in the 30-degree weather.
I beckon Bradley over.
Bradley, you see this as well. His skin is gray and he's shivering in the lifeguard chair, facing away from you.
I come over, I'm like, I found this journal, and then I look out, I'm like, what the is that? I said, dude, we were just talking to you.
We're going to switch over to the other group. As you're in the kitchen, dining room area, having oolong tea with a very polite and charming Jeremy Knight in his finest dinner jacket.
Mr. Knight, any siblings?
No, it's just me.
Aunts and uncles?
Nope. I am the last of a very honorable and polite bloodline.
Yes. What brought your father to this out-of-the-way place to build a resort?
Well, maybe he was trying to start in the tourism business and he thought this island was a good place.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not quite sure.
Do you know anything about the Knights of Yore, if you will?
I don't. That never really quite crossed my mind. And I don't really have any resources to look at the lineage. Always look forward, as they say.
Look forward. If a handful of other guests were to show up tomorrow, would you be doing the cooking for them? Or would you be able to bring someone in to start?
I would cook. I would cook. And it's at this point in time, the jukebox in the eastern wing starts to turn on.
Yeah.
And it starts to play. Girls Just Want to Have Fun.
Well, let's see. When was that a top 10 hit? 1984?
Girls just wanna have fun.
It starts to distort. The vocals begin to warp.
So why don't you pick up one of the static cameras and follow me back there since the boys have wandered off?
I'll be here enjoying my tea. I'll let you do your thing.
As you can hear, I don't know what the rights issues will be, but the jukebox down here, the game room just came on. It's very distorted sounding.
So who's heading into the game room?
I'm first. Sofa's following. I don't know, Anthony.
Oh, we're all going.
All right, you're all going. You head into the game room. There's the pool table. There's the light, the neon light of the jukebox that's playing Girls Just Want to Have Fun. And it's on.
Mm-hmm. Coin op only, or does it take bills?
It's coin op.
Be careful, it might electrocute you.
Yeah, that's a good point. Let's have a quick tap. Any juice?
No spark.
No.
But then you notice that it's not plugged in. So sand rolls, please.
It's a trick. Pass.
Fail.
Fail.
All right, 0-1. It's just maybe it's a latent charge. You try and reason it away, but it doesn't sit right for Sophia and Jim.
You know, somebody mentioned Nikola Tesla earlier.
Yeah.
And I've seen some documentaries. He was talking about being able to send electricity through the ground. I think that's the angle on this island. Nikola Tesla must have come to this godforsaken island and wired it before he went loony in Manhattan talking to pigeons, because generators go send the juice into the ground, and the juice comes out of the ground and turns the jukebox on, and too much juice makes the bathroom light bulbs burst. I mean, it's all, the whole place is charged.
And you look up, and you look out through the window towards the parking lot, and there he is. He's trimming some bushes in a gardener's uniform, Jeremy Knight, through the window.
What is he?
And he's shivering. There's snot icicles just dripping down his nose. He's shivering. His skin is frostbite blue-gray.
So Sophia, hold on him. I'm going to walk down the hall and see about the oolong.
Yeah, go.
And we're going to switch over to Devin and Bradley.
Said dude who's back there.
And you look back, and he's not in the lifeguard chair anymore. Instead, he's on a ladder cleaning the gutters in a completely different outfit.
From 1 second to the next. There's no way he could have just spent 10 minutes changing.
Are we dealing with doppelgangers here, Devin? I don't think we ever dealt with doppelgangers before.
We haven't done doppelgangers.
Oh, shit.
Secret twins. This is actually quite strange. I don't think we need to invent any shit for this one. This is beginning to creep me out.
Yeah, we can forget all about the lights. We can forget all about the witches, the aliens. We've either got doppelgangers or we've got like quintuplets pulling a just very elaborate like prank on everybody here. Or I don't know.
So what would you two like to do?
We can come back and check out the penthouse later, but I think we need to go down and see if the others are still speaking with Jeremy.
I'm going to take a camera and point it out.
You're going to point it out?
Towards the pool area where all this is happening.
Excellent.
Leave it there.
So you head down the stairs, And you rejoin up with the people in the game room where girls just want to have fun is still playing. And they're looking out the window because at the base of the window is Jeremy shearing bushes in a completely different gardener's outfit.
We were just having tea with him. Look, he's here right now.
No,
Jim's gone to see if he's in the room where we left him.
Yeah, Jim, he's not there.
That son of a bitch is out there. I mean,
you can open the window and talk to him if you'd like.
He's being a lifeguard, and then he's cleaning out gutters,
and he's got ice on him.
Yeah, he's freezing outside.
He's cold.
Oh, he's cold. But it doesn't happen in a minute.
How cold is it tonight?
Not that cold.
It's a little brisk, but it's not freezing.
Something happened here. And a rift was caused in the time-space continuum.
Did anyone notice that when he talked about firing his employees, he said that he set them free? I thought that was kind of odd wording. Did anyone else think that?
Wait, he actually literally said fired. As in fire.
And then he said after that, like the next sentence he said was, he set them free.
Are they trapped here?
Are we in some kind of time loop?
Why, when I said that a second ago, you face palmed, and now you're saying it.
I mean, it makes.
They call
I don't know.
Sort of an
we're
electrical...
saying several of us are saying it is because we're in a time loop. You see, that's why we're just echoing what you said earlier.
No, this there's more than one night child.
It's got to be.
And this
Quintuplets
is
or something.
Yeah, and this is an elaborate.
I'm sorry. Are we in the room with
medical records? Will have that out quickly.
You're all together in the game room
with the jukebox.
Yes,
I'm going to go over to the jukebox and push it away from the wall and see if there's just hidden wires going into it.
No, there's nothing. And everyone else who just entered the room realizes this, and you can roll a sand roll.
Do
the new people, not the people
repair before I do my sand roll.
If you've already rolled, you're fine.
That's a fail for me. 93 on 70.
Is there something better than Cyndi Lauper on there at least?
Extreme success on electrical repair, and I'm now probably going to fail my sand roll, but at least I have.
There's no battery in it. There's no battery in it. This is impossible.
This is impossible, folks.
And now roll a d4 because instead of a d1, instead of a 1.
I haven't rolled the sand roll yet, or the sand saving. Can I do that, or
yeah?
Or you just want me to?
Yeah, roll the sand, and then the failure will be a d4 instead of a 1.
85 is my fail, so now it's d4.
Okay. All right.
1.
All right.
What one loss?
Very good.
It's a mahjong dice.
Nice. But yes, the as you push it to the ground, it sputters out and dies.
You said he's outside the window?
Yeah, he's outside the window, trimming bushes. He's shivering.
Going to open up the door. I'll open up the window and lean out.
Ask him about his oolong.
Well, I'm going to say, Mr. Knight, are you trapped here?
I'm just tending to the bushes, but it's so cold. It's freezing.
Can you come back into the room? We think you're trapped here somehow.
Okay, and he exits out of your line of sight as he passes the window pane.
And he's up here too fast for something's
wrong. Quintuplets. It would explain how the hotel can be maintained relatively well.
It has to be it. Did you guys find anything in the penthouse?
Nothing in the pen. Oh, wait, hold on. And I pull out this diary from my hoodie pocket. It's like, I did find this.
Very well. So it's a journal for Henry Knight as well. And there's also a switch in handwriting, like past 1982.
Better, worse, more erratic,
Just different.
just
A
different.
different person.
Yeah.
Well,
But
it can't have
just
been Henry Knight after 82.
scanning the book itself, it describes some sick, twisted ritual to bring to channel the opener of the way, and it involves this ritual called "Bring Forth the Lightning," as it's been described, and it involves 4 sacrifices, human sacrifices, to be electrocuted while linked together, arm in arm.
Does it say what it accomplishes?
It will bring forth the lightning.
Bring forth lightning. Okay.
There still is the rest of the journal, and this is the original writing where you find these notes on bringing forth the lightning.
What is there? You said there's more?
Yeah, and you flip. It looks like it's a journal entry for Jeremy Knight as well. And you flip over to the last entry, and this is what you see.
October 10th, 1984. After months and months of meditation and experimentation, the opener of the way has shown me how to bring forth the lightning. Every single shock on my body has been worth it. I will complete my father's work. I will do what he did not have the courage to do. Mary, Timothy, William, and Louis will assist me in the ritual. Power and sacrifice brings it into the world, and I must raise the power. I must maintain the power. It fears the absence of power. Brad, did you get that on camera? Because that's some spooky shit.
Yeah. We should probably have like, later have Jim read it, but
Sure.
we could
Yeah,
do that
sure.
later.
Yeah.
Walking into the room from the hallway is a shirtless Jeremy Knight. Some of his limbs have been frozen. He walks past the door frame. He doesn't enter the room.
Mr. Knight.
I follow. I go out and grab the camera from Sophia and go out and.
You don't see anyone, but it looks like he was heading towards the West Wing, towards the dining room and the kitchen.
I start heading that way with the camera.
Yeah, we're all together. We're not
I'll
splitting
jog
up now.
behind.
Okay.
So we just we've seen either one of the quintuplets or the apparition. Maybe he's going back to change and pick up a Zulong to pretend that none of the other stuff ever happened. If it's makeup, he's doing a really good job.
Can I do a occult roll to see if an opener of the way means anything to me?
Yeah, I'll take an extreme roll though.
78. Yeah, that's extremely bad.
Mine was merely poor. I'm going to call ahead. Mr. Knight, I'm going to take a cup of tea after all, if I may.
You see a shadow pass into the kitchen, and you all hear a whisper. It's so cold. That's another sand roll.
The same voice I heard earlier.
Yeah, it was the one on the phone, too.
That's 42
I've
out of
done
60
myself.
down.
Spin the luck to make that a pass if you'll allow it.
Oh yeah, I'll.
No,
Oh.
91. I
Failed.
Sorry, 95.
Oh
I
wait,
failed.
can you spend luck on sanity rolls? I don't believe so.
You
If
can
not,
spend
that's
luck
fine.
on anything, I believe, except for you
Luck.
can't like defer
No, okay, sure, I'll allow it.
damage.
Okay.
Oh wait, maybe that means you can't use it on a sanity roll.
No, I don't think you can use it on sanity roll.
I don't think
That's
so.
fine. That's fine.
Yeah. So it's going to be a
Can I hear
D4.
what he said first before I go crazy again? Because I've got good hearing.
Yeah, you heard it's so cold.
Yeah, 16. So I heard pretty well, and now I'm going to lose some sand.
You said
for that
D4.
privilege, yes.
Yep.
What do
And
I lose?
he's heading into
D4?
yes, a D4. And he's heading into
One
the kitchen.
again.
Okay.
I'm
Follow him. Yeah.
just rushing up. I mean, it's real Blair Witch footage, but I'm running down this hallway after him.
If we pass 10, I assume that's 1.
Yeah. So there's no one in the kitchen itself. You see the stovetops, you see canned goods, pots and pans, you see the freezer, and you see some other glassware.
Devin,
This is-
Bradley, two things. One is I want to get that thing that Sophia read. It fears the absence of power. Do you know any way to shut down an electrical substation without like getting yourself killed? Because I would like to de-electrify this whole goddamned island. And also, how's the lighting? Could you get my good side?
Everyone leaves the
Oh,
island
yeah.
when there's a giant storm, which is when the power would go out.
Everyone leaves the island when there's a serious storm, and that risks the power going out.
Because
I mean,
It's time to turn the power off to this place for good.
we need to
Yeah.
ground it somehow. Bring everything to a ground state.
I mean, it's got to be like a switch or something to flip, or
Is there some
Yeah.
way you could send an electrical bike into a grid that would crash it? We've got 5 of those pieces of shit thanks to that lunatic downtown. Sorry, can't use that. We've got 5 of those strange devices.
I'll take an
I've got a real bicycle. Could I roll for my electrical repair things to see what occurs to me as a way to switch off an electrical power station and what the issues may be?
Yes.
Okay, well that's 15, and that I think is, let me just check, electrical repair that's a hard success, not extreme.
Excellent. If you manage to get into the substation, you can use the shutdown lever. Or
Aren't there
alternatively, yes, there's breaker.
Breakers
you
in
can
the house.
you can also smash everything. It'll be dangerous
that's a
because
little
of
more
high voltage.
dangerous. Yeah.
But,
Um,
and also from a repercussions point of view, I mean, I'd rather not to that. But
I will
I'm very
take an
curious
idea
to-
roll at this time
okay,
from everyone.
Also, Bradley, we should
11.
back up
Yes.
everything we've got so
Extreme
far.
success.
yeah. I got hard
With
success.
With an extreme success, you put together that he's complaining about it being cold, but the coldest place would be in the freezer.
Oh,
That's not an idea I wanted to have. There is another source of information that we haven't looked at. If we go back to the journal, and maybe Jim can read it or something, what were the circumstances around the father's death just before there was the change of handwriting? That's probably, we can't read the whole book, but that seems to be pretty important.
Yeah, you flip through it. It looks like does anyone have psychoanalysis? I don't think anyone does. However,
I have 1%. I will roll on that
no
1%.
need to roll. No need to roll. It definitely looks like the handwriting gets more and more unstable up to the point until it stops.
Should we check the fridge?
Let's
maybe
check the
that's
freezer.
why he doesn't want the power to turn off, because he'll thaw.
It's one of those freezers that are, big metal door. You have to open
Walk-in
it.
freezer.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're going to have to set up any lighting first because we're going to need to make this
Yeah.
dramatic. And I'm going to want somebody like outside with a crowbar to make sure the door doesn't slam shut as soon as I walk in.
I'll stay outside with a crowbar.
I'm gonna get Jim opening that freezer.
Yeah, you set that all up, and when you approach to open the freezer, it won't budge. It's stuck.
The only place we could think of here that's cold enough to freeze a man is the walk-in freezer, and yet it seems to be barred. Let's try the crowbar and see if we can
Wait,
get this.
is the pin in place? Is that why
the
it's
slide?
You get the feeling that it's frozen.
Frozen.
A crowbar could work. I would just require a strength test.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And since
Probably
you're
all
using
frost.
a crowbar, I will give you a bonus die.
Don't even need it. I've got a hard success anyway.
Oh,
Yeah.
Jim with those big guns.
Actually,
I got a 10 also.
for
No
a size
fan.
65 person, my strength is only
All right.
45. But
So the ice snaps on the other side, and the door begins to creak open, ajar.
is there light inside?
There's a light on inside. Yes.
And a cold fog rolls out,
Oh yeah.
and racks of meats.
Well, you'd have to open the door.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
pulling
Yeah.
it open.
All right, you
Go
pull the
ahead.
door open, and this is what you see. You see frozen goods from the 1980s. You see meat hanging from the wall that's long since gone bad, and you see a cylinder filled with green gel and a brain. And when you're watching this, a beam of light projects out of the cylinder onto the floor, and rising up is a completely nude Jeremy Knight saying, "It's so cold." Make a sanity roll.
Yeah, fail.
I actually passed that one.
Succeed.
Fail.
On a failure, that's going to be a D8. On a pass,
Oh,
that is
boy.
going to be 1.
5. 5 on my D8.
All right. If you roll a 5 or above, then you can roll me intelligence.
Failed. By 5.
You failed the intelligence?
Yeah.
All right. So you compartmentalize this image, and you
I'm
realize
still gonna run. Yeah.
like that this brain.
59 on a 60. I passed my intelligence.
So you fully understand, Bradley, that this brain has been sitting here since 1984. It's somehow projecting its conscience across this resort. And that is a horrifying revelation. And let's roll on the Bout of Madness table, shall we? Why don't you roll a D10 for me?
The camera slowly comes down. And I'm just shooting my right leg now. 9.
9. All right. I guess you're choosing violence today.
Oh no.
And you go into a rage.
I turn around with this camera and hit the closest person next to me.
All right. You get mad. You're angry for Mr. Knight. And give me a dodge roll. And luck is whoever's the unluckiest would get hit. So who has the lowest luck right now? No roll required.
50.
It is 3D. No, it's percentiles, isn't it?
63.
So Sophia, you would get hit with the camera.
Okay.
So would you like to dodge or fight back?
I'll dodge.
As you
Buddy,
hear
I'm not
Bradley
gonna-
scream
Yeah,
out.
I'm not gonna hit him. He's my friend. I'll dodge. Oh, that's a pass. Yeah.
All right.
Not a hard success, but a pass.
Okay, excellent. And I'll roll for Bradley. Yeah, the camera loosens his grip on the camera as he tries to swing it towards you, shatters against the wall, the metal wall.
The footage, Brad! The footage!
And behind you, from an electrical outlet, you hear sparks. You smell ozone. And out of the outlet is a humanoid figure, only the top torso, completely made out of neon green electricity, arcing electricity for limbs, and 4 faces in its chest area all screaming out. And this is another sanity roll.
That's a failure.
Pass that one.
I succeed. Pass it.
If Brad is in the midst of a sanity
Yeah, he doesn't have to roll sanity.
thing, then he doesn't have to roll.
Yep. So the sanity loss for this horrible creature is 1 on a success, 1d8 on a failure. Yeah, so what's everyone doing at this time?
Bradley, pull your shit together.
Yeah, Bradley gets his shit together.
I'm grabbing Devin. Go find the circuit breaker and power this fucking building down now.
This thing is chasing you now, so let's all roll Constitution. and I have all your movements down. So just tell me if you failed or had a hard success or better.
I failed.
Well, I'm running out of the house.
Just regular success on my constitution.
I have if I spend one luck, which I will do, I get an extreme success.
All right, yeah. So a hard will raise your movement by 1. A success would keep it the same. So are you sure you want to spend luck or not spend luck?
I would have to.
Well, I don't know what the impact is when I'm deciding. It's only 1 point, you know. I think on that kind of thing, the indication is I should spend.
You just have to be faster than the slowest person.
Yes. So Sophia, you what did you roll?
I failed.
Failed. Oh. What about you, Anthony? You failed. All right.
I'll spend 18 luck to make it hard.
I'm actively trying to get the hell out of the house.
Yeah.
And what about you, Jim Fontaine?
Jim Fontaine got a 21, which is a hard success.
Wonderful. All right, so Devin and Bradley, you just outrun it. So you're free to do whatever you want. However, this electrical being floating across the floor is going to chase those that aren't fast enough. So it's going to lash out a static shock at the slowest person. Anthony, would you like to dodge or fight back as it moves towards you?
I'm running away, so I have to try to dodge.
All right, wonderful.
But I got an 02.
You got an 02. You instinctively duck down as a arc of lightning sears your designer hair.
I had a full head of hair a moment ago.
All right, wonderful.
So Anthony, if I fall, I'm still crawling. Yeah.
Yep. So Anthony, what would you like to do as you're running? You're just running out of the kitchen.
I'm gonna try to run. Yeah.
So where are you going? You're currently in the west wing at the bottom of the U. The lobby leads to the exit. Unless you want to do something else.
That's the direction I'm going.
All right, you're running.
I remember where the door is.
Excellent. Wonderful. Jim Fontaine, what are you doing?
I think that I feel very bad that our host is so cold. I'm going to look for some cooking oil and a source of flame. I would like to warm up this freezer as quickly as possible.
All right, excellent. So you find some cooking oil as this electric horror is chasing Anthony. And yeah, you start to heat up the stove. On top of that, Sophia, what would you like to do?
I wasn't thinking of the stove. I was thinking of spilling oil on the freezer floor and then lighting it.
Oh, you can do that. Sure.
I'm running straight for the front door. I'm just trying to leave this whole area.
And we're going to bring it around to Bradley and Devin. You've outran it. You can be wherever you want right now. What would you like to do?
My camera. So in my bout of madness, I don't realize what I've done. I see a broken camera. Mm-hmm. My first thought is like, I got to get another camera. So I'm running for the van. All right. Actually, no, I'm running for my room because we brought everything in. Awesome. So I'm running for room 108.
108. Got it. Devin, what about you?
I'd like to make, I don't know, panic for a moment. Then I think, where's the circuit breaker? Which is what Sophia had suggested.
It would definitely be in the basement. Yep. I will let you know that the motion sensors that you set up in the hallway, one by one, they start to explode. And all the electronics.
I'm going to go through to the basement then.
All right. So you start running to the basement. And why don't you make a spot hidden roll? As you open the door to the basement, you run down the stairs. You can see that the basement's
I'm rolling now. 11.
Wonderful. You see that the circuit breaker is right there, but you'd have to wade through this water, and there is a live wire going into the water. You stop yourself before stepping into certain electrocution. What would you like to do?
That's off. I mean, or can I get a light, make sure I can see it? Then this live wire, is there something I could hook it up with?
Yes, there's a broom.
Okay, wooden broom. Perfect. Yeah.
All right, give me a dexterity roll, so and not risk electrocuting yourself.
15. Sorry, 15. It's that.
All right, Devin, you're a real hero. And you grab the broom and you inch your way to open the circuit, the fuse box, and to turn off the circuit. However, we will go back to Anthony Rivera getting chased by this horrible, horrible thing as he runs outside. It's gliding along the ground. Its face is screaming in anguish, but it's completely silent. Another bolt is going to zap at you. Would you like to dodge or fight back?
Dodge.
Okay.
Oh. 87. Yeah.
Oh, 87. That is not good. So this creature, an arc of electricity is going to go down your spine, and it's going to find the ground where your right foot is as it arcs through your body, and it makes a hole because that's how electrical injuries work. And that's going to deal 8 damage to you. Is that over half your health?
I mean, you don't want me to roll for it. You just want 8 damage.
Yeah, I rolled the damage for
okay.
this creature.
That's all of my health.
You have 8 health?
I've only got 8 hit points.
All right.
So I am fried.
Yeah, just like a mosquito hitting an electric trap.
Serves me right. All right.
All right. That leads to Jim Fontaine and Sophia. You can both tell me what you'd like to do.
Is there any fire in the freezer room yet?
Oh yeah, it's lit up.
Right.
The smoke is starting to envelop the room.
You said there was a full wet bar there as well. I'm going to start chucking bottles of hard liquor in there. I want that green thing to burst with warmth.
All right, and as the flames lick up at the canister, you can see the green ooze that it's holding the brain in. It starts to boil and cook whatever's inside. Sophia, what would you like to do?
Get a goddamn camera on this!
So when you reach for your camera, it's fried. It's gone.
So I
in the interview room.
Did I see Anthony get just fried?
Electrocuted?
Electrocuted, yeah.
No, he's outside near the van.
Well, I was running for the front door.
Oh, well, I guess you do see that. So roll sanity, and then it turns towards you, Sophia.
Oh boy. That's a fail.
Okay.
So how much money do I lose?
You lose D6.
That's only 3. Okay. Just 3. If he's on the way to the van, I'm going to try and get into the van, dragging him.
All right, you take the body of your friend, and the doors are unlocked, fortunately. And when you let's say you have the keys, van doesn't start.
That's okay. I'm going to close the doors. Cars are grounded, right? Lightning can strike them, but they're grounded.
Sure.
So I'm just going to stay in the van.
And there's a smoke coming where the car battery is in this van.
God, no.
That being said, we're going to move on to...
Actually, they're on rubber tires, so they're not grounded.
Yeah. So we're going to go to Bradley. What are you doing?
So I'm running to room 108. And with your permission, I get there. I look. The two main cameras are set up for the interview down where we did. The infrared's down there.
There's
bunch of GoPros are set up in the penthouse. So the only thing I have left is my prized possession. It is the first camera I bought. I worked for weeks and weeks and weeks at a sub sandwich shop, saved all my paychecks, and bought my first camera. It's an ODV camera, so we don't use it, but I take it with me as a good luck charm. I grab it. It has a DV camera in it.
It still works.
I run back because I've got to get this footage. I have to get back to the freezer. This is where it's all happening. This is it. This is what's going to get us on. Netflix is going to buy our show with this shot.
All right.
So I head back to the freezer. There's
All right.
Jim Fontaine.
Wonderful.
Flame is going up behind him. Bam.
You're catching Jim Fontaine committing a criminal action. However, we're going to switch back to Devin as he flips open the circuit breaker with the broom handle and just shuts the whole damn thing off. Outside, the van is rocking because this thing's just shaking it. And the rocking stops. And you look out the window. This creature, it gets a little smaller. The power shuts down in the entire resort, but this creature's still here. And you're like, oh God, you didn't turn off all the power. So at this point, we're gonna rock the van more.
The generators.
The generators aren't doing power, just for clarification. The sole source of power for this island would be the substation. And it flips the van.
Oh no.
Why don't you roll a con roll for me?
All right.
And I'm going to roll luck. Oh, the back bursts open. Bikes clatter on the ground.
Good. I'm good on con.
Okay. So with a con roll, you're going to take 3 damage from bruising. And
still hanging in there.
Yep. Awesome. Jim, what are you doing? This thing, this brain has been boiled. It's gone.
Did you get any of that, Brad?
I mean, I got most of it. I didn't get you setting it on fire.
That's all right. It's getting real hot in here.
Yeah.
And you're hearing
step away.
Scream.
It's dark except for the fire, and there's also crashing, I guess. So we've got to camera and phone lights to just find our way to the lobby and outside.
All right, you're seeing this creature, this abomination. It's flipped the van over, scattering the electric bikes onto the ground. Sophia, you're crawling out. And that's what you see.
Is there a garden hose attachment anywhere on the front of this building?
No.
God damn it. I'd like to spray that.
I come out from where I am as
yeah,
well.
you come out of the basement. Yep.
I'm just on Jim.
So I'd like to ask, what is everyone doing at this time?
I'm filming Jim, waiting for just a moment of heroism.
Without
getting on one of those bikes.
You're just getting on the bike? Okay, where are you pedaling to?
Yeah. I'm getting on the non-electric bike.
All right.
I'm going to cycle to the substation and I'm going to turn off the electrics.
All right, that's what about Jim and Bradley?
I didn't think that fast. Without a garden hose to short the thing out, I'm looking for metal lawn furniture. I want to short it out. I want to hit it with something metal.
I dropped the crowbar when I got fried.
Yeah, there's a metal crowbar if you want to use that.
I don't want to touch him with it. I want to throw something metal at him that will cause him to go to ground.
Yeah. You can get his crowbar.
All right, I'll try to throw the crowbar at him.
All right, awesome. You can give me a throw roll.
Can I roll? It's real dumb. Can I roll videography to get a really great shot of this?
Hell yeah, brother. Let's go.
I fail. I'm sorry, Jim. I fell.
That's okay. I rolled an 82. We don't.
All right, the crowbar just soars into the tree line. Sophia and Devin, you do distract this horror, which will allow you some time. But Sophia and Devin are going to have a head start. So why don't you roll me ride for bikes?
Amazingly, I have that skill. Who would imagine such a thing?
Yeah, I have hard success.
Okay.
I'm a very good cyclist.
I will spin the luck to make it a regular success.
All right. Awesome. What would you like to do, Jim and Bradley, as you see your friends pedaling away?
All of a sudden, that seems like a really good idea.
Yeah.
All right. So you both can give me rides then as you scramble to get the electric bikes and you start pedaling.
I'm going to have to spend 8 points to make that work, despite the fact that I have ride.
Hard success, 19. That's about 1 hard success.
Okay. All right. So you start pedaling for your life. Which way are you going?
I'm following Sophia and Devin.
All right. Devin, you're following the power lines towards the substation because that's they eventually leave.
Earlier.
Yes. And this thing, it's still chasing you. It leaves the grounds of the resort and it floats up and it starts to glide along the steel conductor of the pole, following behind. And who has the lowest luck out of those who rolled a regular success on the ride?
It's got to be me. I have 27 luck.
All right. Give me a dodge.
Okay. Oh, no, that's fail.
Okay, so you see the secondary conductor. It snaps off the pole. The wire whips like a snake towards you, and it hits you. And that's 120 volts.
Yeah.
So that's going to be... That's going to be 6. So.
Oh, I'm not dead.
Not dead. Is that over
Not
half your health?
dead. That is, yeah, I'm at 2 health now.
All right, roll con.
I passed. Somehow I am
All right.
still hanging in there.
So the electricity, it arcs through you. You're going to have these electric scars. They're actually pretty cool looking for the rest of your life. And
Which
Bradley,
might be 2 minutes from now.
Yes. The rest of you, Jim, you managed to actually surpass Sophia and Bradley, and you're with Devin. And you can see ahead that a tree has fallen on the road, but there is a rock that looks like a ramp.
Wish he had a GoPro on his head.
So Devin and Jim, what are you doing as you see this obstacle?
Yeah, ramp
So
it.
it looks like it.
Jump that shark.
All right, we're gonna ramp that. All right, why
Yeah,
don't you
gotta
do another
ramp
ride
it.
roll?
14, which is extreme success.
Oh hell yeah!
52 is only regular.
Okay, but we'll get a slow motion shot of Devin and Jim pedaling across the ramp, soaring over the tree and just banking the landing. Perfect. And they continue riding. Bradley and Sophia, you see the same damn thing. And this thing's chasing you once again, still gliding on the wires.
Yep. Take that ramp.
Give me a ride.
I'm going to try it, yeah.
Yeah, I'll spend the 1 luck to make that a success.
All right.
08, which is a right at an extreme success.
Because of
Okay.
flip in the air and lanes.
Yeah. So I'm going to say
Ring the
that
bell.
that jump, it puts you ahead, but that still leaves Sophia behind, which means that she's a target. So it's going to lash out at you again and roll dodge.
No. Well, not on these dodges.
Okay. You're very lucky because another one of the secondary wires, it hits a tree. That tree catches on fire. And you're still pedaling for your life. Up ahead is the substation. You can see it's surrounded by barbed wire fence. There's a sign that says danger, high voltage. What are you doing, Devin and Jim?
Oh, damn it, I'm Jim Fontaine.
I haven't got much, have I? Sorry.
I think that the thing to do is to, this electric bike business with its volatile battery inside, it's got mostly metal. We can chuck that onto some of those, electrical, funny Kremlin hat sorts of things and short things out. I mean, I don't know how to do anything.
Are you just going to throw the bikes onto the transformers?
Just lean back and chuck it over the fence as hard as I can at the construct.
Okay, I'm going to require some strength rolls for that. As you pick up the electric bike and you throw it.
Certainly, it's a good idea to tackle where the electric power is going to be leaving the substation and going up into the pylons. That's a really good idea, since it's going to be hard for us to get in there. But they presumably got some kind of security so that this isn't going to happen too easily. So it'll be having to throw it quite a long way up, I imagine, in order to create a short circuit or to climb up or something. How much time have we got? How far behind is the critter?
You've got enough time, especially with Sophia and Bradley between you and the thing.
Am I close enough to do a videography roll to capture this moment? Yeah.
I figure when you did the loop in the air, you slapped a GoPro on your forehead.
No, failed that one too.
Are you going to spend luck, though?
That is about 30 luck. Yes, absolutely.
Right. Let's go.
The best.
I think it's going to be. Am I right in thinking, GM, that it's probably too high to throw a bike up into the pylon to get it above the space where it's normally?
I'm going to require a hard roll for that.
So I spent 30 luck. Go ahead. Sorry.
the alternative is for someone to climb up, taking a bike with them, and then throw it up the rest of the way.
No, you could definitely
Quick
do
decision, which seems to be easier.
that. Roll an int roll.
So while that's happening, I spend 30 luck. I slam on the brakes, skid my wheel. The DV camera comes up,
Yep.
and I'm getting it
He's
all.
filming.
Whatever happens, I'm getting every minute of it.
While Sophie is screaming in the back as this electricity is coursing
I'm here for my art.
All right.
Okay. My throw is rubbish. I'm going to climb up. I'm spending the int roll I just failed, so who cares? So I'm just going to climb up with a bicycle, and I'm going to reach a point where I can throw it upwards.
All right, give me a strength.
I think that's my plan. Okay,
right.
My strength, 16. So I could make it. It's certainly a hard success. I could make it extreme if I wanted, but
It's good to make it a hard. So as you chuck the bicycle over the barbed wire fence, it hits one of the pylons, and there is a massive explosion. However, Jim, what would you like to do? It seems like the electricity is still on.
Well, I chucked my bicycle and I only made a regular success.
Do you want to make it a hard?
I don't. What can I guess I could afford it. It's the end of the world. 38, 22, 16. Sure.
Okay.
I can do 16.
So you also throw your electric bike over the barbed wire fence, and
I'm Jim Fontaine!
And there's a massive explosion and knocks you all off your feet. You can see in the distance the city of Marwicka, the town of Marwicka, all the light just blackout. And the electrical being right at your hair, Sophia, it dissipates. Gone. And with that being said, you're saved.
Fuck Mitch. I don't ever want to see that asshole ever again.
Oh, I want to see him.
I stand up.
I think we're gonna vacation here with him.
I thrust the DV camera into the sky. Say, Jim, I got it all.
Awesome.
Bradley.
Wonderful. But where's Anthony?
Where's Anthony?
I don't know if he's still alive. I dragged him into the van. I don't know.
Okay. Sophia, let me do some more first aid.
We'll gloss over that. We'll gloss over that.
Let's get some ambulances.
We will end the session there as you see the red and white flashing lights of a police car heading your direction. But a little bit of an epilogue. Ever since you published that video, let's make a luck roll. Whoever has the lowest luck.
That's probably, well, I don't know. Brad, you spent 30 luck.
I'm at 27 now.
I'm at 20.
Ooh, there you go.
I'm at 0.
I'm at 47.
So whoever has the lowest luck, you can give me a luck roll.
54.
Right now.
That's a fail.
All right. So you publish the video. It gets a bunch of hits. And then it's taken down a few hours later. And you're all met by government-looking men who make you sign stacks upon stacks of non-disclosure agreements before leaving.
Guess Netflix is off the books, Brad.
Well, we finally got a cover up.
Yep, that's it.
In a few months, you're all approached by Delta Green. Or Majestic. Or what's the other one? March.
But that's the session. Thank you for
really
playing.
good. Really fun.
Yeah, thank you. That was great.
Fabulous.
That last bit was very
Really good.
tense.
Yeah.
And I didn't get, I mean, actually, Migo were kind of in the back of my head, but you led us all over the place. It was
I can explain the whole story. So Henry Knight, he was a sorcerer who went to Tibet, and he wanted to learn more to enhance his sorceress abilities, learning more magic. He wanted to bring this creature back that he would believe would bring back his wife. And Before he could complete the ritual, his sanity degraded to such a point where he electrocuted himself, and his son picked up his work. He completed the ritual, bringing forth the lightning, and that actually worked. It summoned the voltaic horror, but it failed to bind it. And that's what caused the electrical fire. And Jeremy Knight, he was there that day as well for the summoning. He just was never found because the influx of energy attracted Amigo, who then took his body, stuffed his brain into a brain canister to study it. And then once it was done, it just left.
Left it in the freezer.
Left it in the freezer. But this brain canister was special, which allowed Jeremy to just project his image wherever across the resort. And that is the gist of it.
That's because they have
Very nice.
Wi-Fi.
Oh, yeah.
No, it was clever because I didn't pick up immediately on the fact that there were multiple Jeremys, except that you then started emphasizing that, oh, he's in his suit, oh, he's in this, oh, he's in this.
Yes.
Like, what? Really nice.
Very good.
Our players included David Gasaway, Andrew Buchanan, Holly Buteau, Kent Blue, and myself with Alex Sun as the keeper of the secrets. We have a Discord server where you can chat with our other members. You can set up private games. You can learn the fine arts of gameplay and game mastering. We provide audio-only versions of our shows free for you to download from Podbean or iTunes. If you'd like to support our show, please visit our Patreon account. Just $1 a month helps us a lot. Like, share, and subscribe to our channel and punch the bell icon for updates on our latest shows, and leave us some comments. We enjoy reading them and answering any questions you might have. This is Tom Rayleigh, together with all the members of our gaming club, inviting you to journey with us once again into the darkness for another adventure into the universe of H.P. Lovecraft and the Call of Cthulhu role-playing game. Until next time, good luck, good gaming.